Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Fun. I cannot believe this. We're really here. It's actually live football. And I'm shocked. And I kind of forgot about the Hall of Fame game. Fantastic start. Fantastic start. Absolutely great start. But it's football again. Oh, look at Ben on the sideline. You know he ain't playing, obviously. But what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Football is here, man. Football is here. It's live football. It's crazy. You even got some of these guys out here, man. Some of your regular starters. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day, man. What's up, Tiago? What's up, Shocking? We've got live football again. This is now obviously with the Hall of Fame game for the most part. Nobody's really sitting here taking this as a serious game for the most part. Just to see football on television. It's just live football again. You love seeing it. It's great. It's great seeing it for the most part. But yeah, how you guys enjoying your day so far? It's been pretty chill for me. I have not had this set up. Oh, look at the fumble. Look at the fumble, and the Cowboys picked that up. Cowboys look like they got that for the most part. I was prepared for this. I'm not gonna lie. I was not prepared for this. It did slip my mind that the Hall of Fame game was something for that. I was mostly prepared for next week to get the Ravens' first preseason game. But yeah, we always forget about the Hall of Fame game for the most part. But right off the Mason, that's not exactly what you want. That's not what you want. He's fighting for that backup quarterback job. Y'all can't be fumbling right there. Hey, I know we in football season, but thoughts on the NBA free agency? It's been crazy for the most part. Free agency has been crazy. It's been wild. Lakers decided to pick up everybody, and then when I say everybody, I mean everybody. They picked up everybody they can get their hands on. I like what Miami did for the most part, but I still feel like we got to do more if we really want to compete. But at the end of the day, that's a different story. Yada yada yada. Y'all know how that goes. What's going on, Tay? How you doing, man? We just here. We're excited, man. Football. It's live football again. I am completely out of range right now. How many actually remembered about the Hall of Fame game? Because I did briefly remember that. I always watch the Hall of Fame game, but for the most part, my focus isn't really on it specifically when my team's not there. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just glad to see football here again. It's great to see football playing. It's great to see live sports again for the most part. Parsons wearing a weird number for a linebacker. The whole number thing, it's weird how the whole number thing comes to be, but I guess there are certain numbers for linebackers that people feel comfortable with, or at least are used to for the most part. Isn't he wearing, what number is he wearing for the most part? Can we put Haskins in yet? Oh my God, if Haskins comes into this game, which I feel he'll be very interesting for me. I would love to see Haskins in this game. Oh, he's wearing 11? Fun. He's wearing 11. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is a weird number for a linebacker. But yeah, it is what it is for the most part. It is a weird number. You don't really see 11 on a linebacker. That's more of a receiver type situation. But it is what it is. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, my man Patrick Queen's walking 6, so it's like, it is what it is. You can rock 6, you can rock 11. It is what it is. But this is unfortunate. The first bit of football I get to see for the 2021 season is the Cowboys and the Steelers. Who wanted to see the Cowboys and the Steelers play? Good God, you have all these rookies. Couldn't we just have made just make an audible, make an adjustment, and get somebody? It would have been nice to have seen one of the rookie quarterbacks come and play in the Hall of Fame game. It would have been nice. But of course, I know the history between these two teams. There was no way they would change in this game. Who is out there for the Cowboys right now? Garrett Gilbert. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Dallas does not have any decent backups. Let me tell you right now, it's Dak Prescott or nothing for the Cowboys. Garrett Gilbert. Oh, my Lord. It really is. It's do or die. It's Dak or nothing for the Cowboys. You really cannot afford to lose this guy. That's crazy for the most part. But as usual, for the most part, you know how the Hall of Fame game goes. It's never going to be something majorly severe, but it is fun to see football again. You'll occasionally see some of the guys out there. But yeah, for you guys, how you guys are feeling about your season? You excited? You got hopes for your teams? I know for the most part, we got some teams that don't really have high hopes regarding the season. But for the guys that do have high hopes regarding the season, how you feeling about it? How you feeling about the season so far? What are you enjoying about this so far? How do you feel about your team's chances to get to the Super Bowl? Because I like my team's chances, but we got a couple things. We look at that wide open, couldn't get that pass through. But I like my team's chances to get to the Super Bowl this year. It really just comes down to our passing game getting to where it needs to be. So if we can get that in order, we should be fine. We have one of the best defenses in the league. I have no problem with that. But it's really about getting that passing game in order. If you're a Steelers fan, how do you feel about your team's chances to get to the Super Bowl? Because for me, when I look at the Steelers, the main concern is the offense. I know what your defense is made of, but that offense, specifically that offensive line, I just don't trust. I really don't trust that offensive line. And that's a problem because if they can't block, Ben's not going to be able to do anything. However, that defense, I do trust that defense, though, for the most part. Ooh, nice throw and nice catch. That was a solid catch right there. But if you're a Steelers fan, how confident are you in that offensive line holding up throughout the season to protect Ben? Not even just that, but like protect Ben as well as be able to block for the running game. Because, if you're going to want to get Najee Harris going, you're going to need to be able to block. However, that offensive line, I don't feel comfortable with that if I'd be a Steelers fan. Because the blocking in that situation isn't exactly the best. As for Dallas, if you're a Cowboys fan, how excited are you for the team and how much do you have, not like at least how much faith or how much confidence do you have in your team being able to get to the Super Bowl? Because with the Cowboys, the last several years, it's really been more so of a defensive issue as opposed to an offensive issue. Especially last year, you had all the weapons in the world. But Dak, it was game over. Look at Ezekiel Elliott; he is dressed. Okay, that's cool, but it was really that defense, man. I look at the Cowboys; they're obviously a very talented team. They've always been a talented team. But it's just moments with that defense where I've never been able to trust. And then moments with Dak Prescott where I haven't been able to trust it. Same for Ezekiel Elliott. So if you're a Cowboys fan, how comfortable do you feel with your team's chances? That pass over the middle just sailed right over everybody's head. But you look at, the team as a whole, like with the Cowboys, how comfortable are you with that defense coming into this season? Do you trust in them being able to get it done? I feel like two divisions this season that are going to be very interesting to watch are going to be the NFC East as well as the AFC North. Specifically that NFC East, because we know the NFC East is always a train wreck. Who knows who's winning that? And the AFC North is going to be very competitive this year, so, it can go to anybody. Oh, he's got time. That's a beautiful pass right there over the middle for the first down. Cowboys are moving the ball relatively well. That's nice to see. But if you're a Cowboys fan, how do you like your chances within the NFC East? Obviously, everybody within this division has a chance to win. That's always been the case for the most part. But how do you personally feel about your team's chances? You're getting Dak back. That offense should be going for the most part. How are you feeling about that? Because I look at the Cowboys, they've always been the talented team, but they've never been able to put it together, especially in the postseason. So, I can never trust them. Then again, I don't ever put my faith and trust in the Cowboys for anything. So, it don't matter for me, but it is what it is. So, yeah, these two teams, they got some hype coming into this season, but I don't think anybody's expecting either one of these teams to make it to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys, we already know what the Cowboys already stand for, and we know how that situation goes. No one believes they're going to be able to get it together, specifically defensively. No one has faith and belief that the defense is going to get it together. And all of a sudden, you're going to be able to beat teams like the Bucks, teams like the Rams. No one has faith in the Cowboys doing that. I'll say this, though. They do have the offense. They got the weapons. Look at them here, second and goal. Looking to get in the end zone. Oh! Nice sack right there for the most part. Got that Pittsburgh defense showing up here, trying to make us stop, trying to make that goal line stop. But yeah, if I look at the Cowboys, they're obviously a talented team, but I wouldn't put my faith in them. Whereas with the Steelers, I put all my faith in that defense, but Offensively, that's where I look at. It's far too inconsistent for me personally, for me to actually put any faith and trust in them. But I know I understand Steelers fans, they have high hopes. You won the division last year. I'll give you credit. But that collapse towards the end of last season was bad. And that offensive line, oh, look, already gonna have to get out of the pocket. Throw. Oh, it was almost picked off. Good stop by the defense. Seeing these young guys coming out here competing for the most part, that's always nice to see. It's always nice to see the young guys because that's what the preseason is for the most part. It's for these young guys. It's for the young guys and it's for the practice squad guys. Mostly pretty much guys that are trying to fight for a roster spot. So it's always nice to see them compete. People don't really look at the preseason as something serious, but I always looked at the preseason and said, this is something very serious because these are guys that are fighting for a job spot. Like, they're fighting to be on this roster. That was an ugly kick, but the field goal does go in. It's good. Oh yeah, it's definitely football season. Look at Mike Tomlin just walking around motivating his people. That's how I know football's back. When I got to see Mike Tomlin walking around the sideline. Fantastic. What's going on, man? How you doing? We just sitting here watching this Hall of Fame game for the most part. And it's fun to see. It's fun to see live football again. And that's just what makes this nice. Because, now that you got this here, we're back, man. We're back for the most part. We're just back. So next week, you got all those preseason games getting started. And at that point, it's just going. So, you enjoy that for the most part. You enjoy just seeing some of these guys come out here. But like for the preseason, I've always found the preseason as something that has to be taken seriously because even though it's not your starters, there are guys here that are fighting for a roster spot. Like they're fighting for their jobs here for the most part. I think the NFC West is going to be the most interesting division. Oh, yeah, definitely. You look at all four of those teams, they can easily make the postseason. Like, I have high expectations for the Niners and Rams. If the Niners can stay healthy, I have high expectations of them making the playoffs. I already expect the Seahawks to make the playoffs. As long as Russell Wilson is under center, they're making the playoffs. And for the Rams, I have high expectation for them. They could have done something in the postseason. Maybe they could have potentially knocked off the Packers had they had a good quarterback. So all the pressure is on Matthew Stafford and the Cardinals. Most importantly, the Cardinals. If they don't make the playoffs this year, I'm holding everybody accountable on that team. If the Arizona Cardinals do not make the playoffs, everybody has to be held accountable because there's no excuse for them. I still can't believe Rudolph and his backups did better than Ben and his starters against the Browns. That's still funny. To the life of me, I have no. Was it arrogance? Probably not. What was it that caused them to be that poor? Because they were atrocious to start that game. They didn't know what they were doing. In that game. But it happens. You gotta give credit to the Browns. They demolished those dudes. But that was last season. Ain't nobody worried about last season. It's about this season now. About what you see right now. It's about this season and what you can get done to try and get to the Super Bowl this year. So you're not necessarily worried about what's being presented to you right now. Got all these Hall of Famers here for the most part. And, that's always the fun part of watching the Hall of Fame game. Stafford should do better since he's actually on the competent team now. Yeah, he's got weapons and he has one of the best defenses in the league, a top 10 defense. I would assume Stafford can do something with that. You would have to assume. You'd have to at least assume Stafford can do something with the weapons he has now. Because for all the time we talked about him in Detroit, he never really had, the weapons. The 2 times he had a great defense, they made the playoffs. So he has a great defense now. He has weapons in that team. So I would assume he should be able to show up and do something. You would hope so. You know what, Mason Rudolph, I'm going to need you to step off the field. I want to see Haskins. That's what everybody wants to see. That's what we want to see. We'll test what Stafford can do. True that. For staff, for the most part, a lot of pressure is on him this year to deliver because the Rams, we already know they're in win now mode. But for the most part, it's like you already know that this when you look at the Rams as a whole, you already know that they're ready to go. This is a team that can compete for a championship right now. So they just needed that quarterback, and Stafford has to be that quarterback for them. So if he cannot deliver, that's gonna be a bad look on him. If we get to the Super Bowl and play the Ravens, if I'm Brady, I'm not throwing them. Okay, Marlon Humphrey away unless he has a clear path down. So first of all, that's a the Super Bowl is far away ahead. If the Ravens and Bucks somehow get to the Super Bowl, I would be more inclined to believe the Bucks make the Super Bowl as opposed to the Ravens because Brady finds a way to get to the Super Bowl. But it is what it is for the most part. It is what it is for the most part, but you just deal with it in that case. But if that does happen, it'll be cool. I would have to speak on the semantics for that. I have no idea what Brady would do in that type of situation. Look at the Steelers picking up the first down. Do you think the Steelers will actually have a rush offense this year? I would have. So it comes down to the offensive line, which I personally don't trust. I don't trust that offensive line at all. But hey, we'll see what they can do. For the most part, I just don't trust that offensive line. I don't trust that offensive line. I don't think the offensive line is going to be able to hold up throughout the whole season for that Steelers team. And I think it's going to be a problem. When Najee Harris, they should be able to have somewhat of a run game because he does have the talent, but the blocking is going to be an issue for them, especially in the pass blocking. Who knows? Maybe these guys step up this year and they're actually able to protect Ben and they're actually able to block in the run game so Najee Harris can have a great rookie campaign. I would hope so. For the most part, I would hope so. But we'll see how that goes for my biggest concern as to why I just don't see them getting to the Super Bowl. But it is what it is. I'm ready to see my Steelers get wrecked. I mean, who knows how it's going to be? You never know how the season's going to go. Maybe you guys get wrecked. Maybe you guys are able to go far. Though, again, I look at the Steelers. I don't see how you get past the Bills. I don't see how you can get past the Chiefs. Those are two teams. I just don't see the Steelers, no matter what they're doing right now. The way the team is right now, I don't see them getting past either Steelers or not the Steelers, either past the Chiefs or Bills. Now, when it comes to any teams in the AFC, no, obviously, if you're talking about the Ravens and the Browns, when it comes to divisional games, anything can happen. They have a great chance to beat my team. They have a great chance to beat the Browns. But with the Bills and the Chiefs, I look at that and I see the matchup. I don't have, a lot of confidence in the Steelers beating either one of those teams right now. Yeah, but Claypool, how did you drop that pass? Oh my God, it's it's different if it's just one of your practice squad guys, but when you have one of your main guys in Claypool dropping a pass that hit him right in his hands, Steeler fans are already feeling it. It's the preseason. It's the preseason. It's right in your hand, Clay. You can't. Oh boy, that better not be a trend for them this season. I don't think they could take that. How you gonna drop that pass, Claypool? You got good hands. How are you gonna drop that pass? The Bills suck. They had their good year, just like the hopeless Browns. Well, we'll see. We'll see. You're definitely entitled to your opinion as to how you feel the whole situation is. If you look at the Bills and say, "Hey, the Bills aren't a great team," you're free to believe that. It's your opinion. I'm not going to tell you whether it's right or wrong at the end of the day. So do what you got to do with that. But it is what it is. If the Bills are what you say, that they're a bad team, then at the end of the day, this season they won't accomplish anything. They're not going to miss the playoffs though, but they may not accomplish anything. I think Josh Allen just give him time. He'll be a top one of the best. Yeah, he's already one of the best young quarterbacks in the game for the most part. As long as he continues to play at the level he played last year or somewhat at that level he was at last year, he'll definitely be one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Josh Allen will be fine. It just takes some time. It was the progression, and he's progressing as a quarterback. I always say, give these young guys 3 to 5 years to develop, and you'll truly be able to see what they could do. Josh Allen put it together last year, and it was great. So It just takes time with these guys. It really just takes time with these guys, and at that point, you just work through it and just like they develop and they put in the work, and you kind of see the results. And that's how it's been for Josh Allen as well as all these young quarterbacks. Like Lamar, it was a process for him to continue to get better. Same for Baker Mayfield. Who do you think has the higher fluke potential from last year between the Browns and the Bills? Uh, See, for me, I don't really look at either one of these teams as a specific fluke. If you were to choose between one of the two, honestly, like I guess you would look more towards the Bills, I guess, because if you're talking about fluke potential, you would have to assume that Josh Allen's his season last year, where he put up an MVP type performance, you have to assume that's a fluke. Therefore, he's going to be much worse this year. So the Bills will be much worse this year. Whereas when you look at the Browns, they are talented from head to toe. And Baker already had a year like that where he played terrible. That was 2019. So I wouldn't see him all of a sudden just like maybe he's inconsistent. He goes up and down. I'd be more inclined to say that the Bills would be more of a fluky team as opposed to the Browns. But I don't see either one of these teams being flukes. I think they're legit. I see them as the real deal. Would you be shocked if the Chargers made the playoffs and upset the Chiefs? I don't see them upsetting the Chiefs, but I could see them making the playoffs. I mean, Herbert's awesome, and it's just about putting it together and closing the game in key situations. That's all it's about for these guys. Closing games. If they can ever get a kicker, they. Oh, that was a nice throw. Dude's wide open over the middle field. Cowboys are making plays in this game. That's what you like to see. These young guys are out here making plays. And I'm thinking, yeah, these guys they're legit. They're like the real deal. I look at them that are the real deal, and I don't seem to have a problem as to how these guys are. So I have confidence in both teams. But yeah, I'd be more inclined to say that the Bills would be fluky, specifically because you would have to assume that Josh Allen's season last year was fluky, as opposed to like the Browns being a fluke. They have way too much talent to look at them and say they're a fluke. Plus, Baker already had that year where people believed he was a fluke. That 2019 season. So it is what it is. Our dream postseason would be to best the Browns, Bills, and Chiefs, and then beat Brady in the Super Bowl. It'd be interesting to go that way. Definitely be fun for the most part. It'd be interesting to go on a run like that. You'd start from the wild card round, but that's a dream scenario in the postseason, but nothing ever really works out. Oh, almost messed up that snap. Nothing ever really goes in that term. It never goes the way you want with the postseason. Honestly, at the end of the day, one thing for sure, everybody knows in the AFC, if you want to get to the Super Bowl, Kansas City's the team you're going to have to beat. It's as simple as that. Kansas City has to be the team you have to beat. You have to beat the Chiefs if you want to make the Super Bowl in the AFC. So until anybody can show up and do that, you're just going to have to hope and dream that it goes down. But, they're going to continue to reign supreme until somebody can stop them. That's pretty much how it's been. Man, the Cowboys have been moving the ball well here, and they've been completing things. Look at this. These guys are actually catching the football. It's nice to see. They're making plays. I like what these guys are out here fighting and making plays. It's nice to see what the Cowboys are doing here. They're making plays. They're completing passes, moving the chains, getting first downs. You love to see it. As opposed to these young guys on the defense that are just giving up plays, especially over the middle. They're giving up plays, Steelers. It don't even matter to them. Who's number one on the Cowboys? I honestly have no clue as to who you would look at as the number one. I'm being dead serious. Who would you even point to as the number one if you're a Cowboys fan? Or I guess, you know what? Let's just say number one on the Cowboys has to be Dak, because last year proved it. They're nothing without Dak. They are literally nothing without Dak. They are nothing without Dak. They've competed, but like still, they're nothing without Dak. We knew about that. With Dak, they have a chance to make the playoffs. Simple as that. That's the end of the discussion. That's why he got paid. Ooh, that's a drop right there. But the pass was behind him, so it is fine. Number up. Number one. I don't know who that is. You talking about like the number one? Oh, you mean the guy that's making the catches? I don't know who that is. That might be one of their newer guys. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Let me check him. Like, who is that? That definitely got to be one of their newer players. Oh, they're in 3rd and 12 situation here. Look at the wow, man! Look at the poor tackling. What are these young guys doing for the Steelers? Don't you, man? How do you let that happen on the 3rd and 12? You had the man caught. You had the man right there. Make the tackle, Gilbert. Make the tackle. What's with these young dudes? Which Super Bowl would you think would get more rating? Chiefs versus Packers or Chiefs versus Cowboys? Get Chiefs versus Packers. See, it'd have to be Chiefs versus Packers because it'd be Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. The Cowboys, that can definitely garner attention, obviously, because they still claim the title of America's team. But like, you have to get them with a certain team to make that work in terms of the Cowboys. Like, if that was the Steelers in the Super Bowl, yeah, Cowboys Steelers, that old rivalry, that's something you can make work. That would definitely garner attention, but I'd more so lean towards Chiefs versus Packers because it is Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes. You got the guy who's the greatest thrower of the football in NFL history to another guy who's hoping to take that title at some point because he is fighting it, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. You know the star power that brings to that Super Bowl. You're going to see some of the greatest throws we've ever seen in this game happen in that type of Super Bowl, which will be fun to watch. So I would definitely say more so Chiefs versus Packers would be a more exciting Super Bowl to watch, which is why I kind of wanted that to be the case this year. Well, not this year, but last year. But, that didn't happen. Once my team got eliminated, I was like, give me Chiefs, give me Packers in the Super Bowl. And then Green Bay decided to choke at home in the NFC Championship game. And we got Brady versus Mahomes, which turned into a mess. Who do you think wins week 1, Chiefs or Browns? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Who do I take in that? Oh, man. Okay. I probably still lean towards the Chiefs. Wait, is it a home game for the Chiefs or where is it? Is it in Cleveland or is it in Kansas City? Because I may be more inclined to lean towards the home team because, man, Cleveland is very talented. This is a very talented squad. So I may be inclined to want to potentially pick Cleveland, but knowing myself, I'm probably going to pick the Chiefs. I'll probably pick, even if it's on the road for them, I'll pick the Chiefs because that secondary for Cleveland, that's going to be a huge test for them week 1. That secondary is going to be tested by Patrick Mahomes. That is the worst test for them. The Chiefs are at home and Andy Reid. Yeah, bro. Okay, it's Chiefs. Chiefs are going to win that one. Week 1, you're going to have Chiefs versus Browns. The Chiefs are going to take that one. Browns are going to lose. It's going to be tough, but I think the Browns are going to put up a fight. However, that is a horrible test. That is a horrible test, but it's also a great test for that secondary. How are you going to start off the season to test the Browns secondary, which is a big thing for them this year? Their first test is to handle Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs offense. How are you going to throw that to them right off the back week 1? Oh, my God, it's Peyton Manning. It's Peyton Manning. What's going on, Peyton? I'm glad to see you here. Obviously, you want the Browns to lose, but they want revenge. They can get revenge, but I just don't see them beating the Chiefs. That's a terrible way to start off for them offensively. Like, not offensively, but for that secondary. How do you start off the season taking on the Chiefs offense? Like, they got guys in the secondary. They're not 100% sure can get the job done. This year, they're supposed to take a huge step up, but there's still question marks about the Browns secondary. And they're going to start off they're going to start off the season in Kansas City? Good God. That's terrible. Niners or Lions for what specifically? I still don't trust the Chiefs, to be honest. A lot of people don't trust the Chiefs, which is fine. More so, people just put their trust in Patrick Mahomes and the offense, but it's really a lot of people look at that defense and they don't trust it. But at the same time, it's like you just put your faith in Mahomes. That's what people have been doing the last couple of years. It's tough to not completely put faith in the Chiefs because they've been to the Super Bowl the last 2 years. But I can see people looking at the Chiefs and saying, yeah, I still don't trust them. Maybe that one Super Bowl, it was great for them to break through, but I still don't look at them as a team that could potentially be a dynasty. I've seen people say that. So you think we'll get a Lakers versus Nets finals? It's mostly guaranteed to be Lakers versus Nets. If they don't get injured, it's going to be Lakers versus Nets. Like, there's no other team that's going to be able to compete right now. Oh, we got a flag on the play. First flag of the game. First flag of the season. Even though it's the preseason, but it is what it is. I think the Browns preseason will help the secondary leading up to that game. Oh yeah, the preseason is gonna do wonders for those guys to give them for. It's gonna do wonders to give those guys experience and to be able to handle it. Oh, so who, bro, guys, I understand. Football's back. Refs, chill out. You're already ready to throw flags. Now you're taking it up for no reason. Chill out with that. Oh God, the officiating this year is going to cause so much headaches for people. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait to get screwed over by the refs in one of these games, especially late in the game, and I'm going to be pissed off. But yeah, for the Browns secondary, the preseason should do wonders for those young guys to give them experience. But still, that's a terrible test. Week 1, Kansas City's offense. What type of test is that? How do you throw that at them to begin with? You couldn't have given them anybody else. You're going to throw them to the Wolves with Mahomes and the Chiefs right off the bat, week 1. Have fun with those weapons. Good luck to your secondary trying to guard Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and all these other guys. Like, come on. That's what you're going to throw to those secondary? But it is what it is. So those young guys are going to have to learn early. A lot of passes over to the middle here. You know, the Steelers are just giving up passes at this point. And again, the Steelers defense has always been bend but don't break. Even with their young guys, they've always been bend but don't break. So they'll make the stops, but they're not giving up a touchdown. I want to see a Jackson 5 on Monday Night Football week 1. That would be fantastic. Fantastic to see a Jackson 5 performance on Monday Night Football week 1 against the Raiders. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, and the Browns have lost their week 1 game for the past 4 to 5 years. They don't usually start off well to start the season. But who knows? Who knows? It is what it is. You're fine. There's plenty of football to be played. They'll be cool. 3rd and 3. Oh, he's open. Oh, he fumbled it. But they recovered it, so they'll be able to kick a field goal. Like I said, man, that Steelers defense, they're bend but don't break. They'll give you a lot of yards, but they're not letting you get in that end zone. It spreads to their young guys throughout the entire team. That's just how Pittsburgh works. Guarantees in life, death, taxes, and the rest being trash. What else is new? It's football. Did you see that Walter Revon is retiring and being replaced by... I did see that, and that's crazy to me. Only preseason, we already want to kill the refs. Listen, Andrew, we have to get started already. Is that blocked? Did the Steelers block? They blocked it. Oh, they just blocked the field goal attempt. Okay, all right. See, now we getting competitive here. All right. But somebody got to get in the end zone at some point, right? Like Pittsburgh, where's the offense? Do something, please. But yeah, we have to be on the refs case already. Let's get on the refs case right now in the preseason so that when the regular season comes up, they're not pulling that nonsense. Because I cannot tell you the amount of times the refs have screwed teams over. And we don't want to see that this year, even though we know we're going to see that this year. I cannot wait for all the personal fouls that are going to be called, roughing the passer here, or just some sort of pass interference that wasn't even pass interference. It's just straight up the play. You know, they're being physical with each other. You know the refs are going to call some plays where we're just going to be like, how is that a flag? I can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to see that. I'm excited to see the Pats this year. I think Cam is going to play well. The Patriots are a team no one should overlook, man. Belichick decided to empty the clip. He's like, I'm getting every single person I can get for this man on the offense. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how Cam plays, and we'll see how he does with these new weapons. But, man, I'm just excited to see football come back, and I'm just glad that we are finally here, even though it's the preseason. We're seeing live sport right now for the most part, so that's great to see. Who do you think would win in the Super Bowl between the Titans and the Buccaneers? I'm taking the Buccaneers. Like, that's not a question. The Titans are great. They're a great team, but I'm not going to – if I have to choose Brady and Ryan Tannehill, that's not a debate. And the game will come down to that because you think the Bucs defense is going to sit back and let Derrick Henry go off. You think Todd Bowles is going to sit back and let his defense let Derrick Henry go off. Stop it. No. So it's going to come down to the quarterbacks. They're taking away the run game. Yeah, we know Derrick Henry can wreck teams, but do you think a Todd Bowles led defense is gonna sit back and let this man go off. You think that front seven of the Bucks is going to sit back and let Derrick Henry go off? You must be crazy. Bowles would quit his job on the spot before he lets Henry go off. It's not going to happen. You're a fan of sport. Yeah, how many times have the refs screwed? Oh, how many times have the refs screwed and it was a wrap? So it was terrible. I'm never going to forget that Jaguars game where the refs screwed us over. That was the biggest one where they screwed us over. A lot of people have said that. Now they've been wrong. But again, did you not see what the Bucks did to Mahomes in the Super Bowl like that for no reason? Yeah, you saw what they did to Patrick Mahomes in that Super Bowl, and you saw what my team did to Derrick Henry in the wild card round when they decided to just zone in and up in the run. Trust me when I say this, that Bucks defense can do exactly what the Ravens defense do. They will zone in on Derrick Henry, and they will make Ryan Tannehill throw. And if it comes down to Tannehill versus Brady, that's an entirely different debate. You know who's winning that matchup. And we know who we're taking between those two. But yeah, if I was to choose between the Titans and Bucks thing, I'm not hesitating at all. I'm taking the Bucks because it's gonna come down to Brady versus Tannehill. And hey, if Tannehill straight up outplays Brady, all the him. But I'm not gonna pick Tannehill over Brady. That's not gonna happen, especially in the Super Bowl. No. Derrick Henry can try whatever he wants to try with, but man, the Bucks defense, I don't think you guys understand what the Bucks defense can bring to the table. They're not going to let Henry go off. That'll be the last thing they're going to do. Oh, a pass down. Claypool. Okay, Claypool. That's a good pass. Oh, no, Chase, please. Why is he down? Why, bruh, listen, Chase, that was a beautiful catch. He beat his man, but why is Chase on the floor? Come on, no. Listen, bro, it's the first preseason game for you guys. It's the Hall of Fame game. Why is he out here? Oh my God. Oh no. Oh no. No. Come on, bro. No. Come, please. Oh my God. I'm not even a Steelers fan. Oh my God. Yo, bro, it's not even week one. It's the first preseason game. It's the Hall of Fame game. Come on. Chase, you got to be okay, man. You got to be okay. This can't happen right off the bat. Why is he down? Oh, no. Hopefully, it's nothing severe. Hopefully, Chase is fine. But, that is one of the Steelers' main weapons. If all of us, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it. He's going to be fine. Claypool's going to be fine. It was just bad to see him down for a second because it's like, yo, we just got back to football. We just started out. It's the first preseason game for you guys. We can't have injuries coming up right off the bat with the season here. I think he'll be fine, man. I think Claypool's going to be fine. Hopefully it's nothing severe. Good Lord, please let it not be anything severe. We can't. Come on, man. I'm like, that was a beautiful catch, Brian, but for the most part, he definitely extended for the most part. He beat his man cleanly. Off the line of scrimmage and just beat him down the sideline, straight out outraced him, extended his arm, made that great play on him, but at the same time, oh my God, that's just wild. I hope he's okay. I don't think it's anything severe. I would at least hope it's not. Oh boy, if that's severe, that's a problem right there. That's a huge problem right there already for the Steelers. We just started. We know that game in September. Why do we have to start out with the Cowboys and the Buccaneers to start the season? Who made this schedule? Oh yeah, the stream is going to be laggy through and through. We're still getting the whole connection going through. Like I said, one thing for anyone new, this is a whole new set and a whole new room, so we're still trying to fix the whole connection and everything going here. So that's still a work in progress. So the connection is going to be laggy at times. We're trying to fix the whole connection and everything going here. So that's still a work in progress. So the connection is going to be laggy at times. Okay, though. That was a good catch by him, though, but I hope he's okay. The Ravens and Buccaneers are two of the most blitz-happy defenses. It's frustrating at times. Yeah, you know what? Both teams really do like to blitz a lot. For the most part, at least with us, I know with the Ravens, with Wink Martindale, he loves to blitz, and it puts pressure on. So mostly because we don't really have like elite pass rushers, so it's not like we could just sit back and just send a 3-man or a 4-man rush and just be like, yeah, just let our pass rushers be able to get through. No, we got to blitz to put pressure because we're not a huge sacking team. We don't get a lot of sacks for the most part. Someone on drugs made the schedule. Cowboys are going to get destroyed. Who starts off the season like that? Why we got to get Thursday night football? This is why everyone always has a problem with Thursday night football. Scheduling. Who wants to see the Cowboys on Thursday night football? Cowboys Bucks to start off the season? Oh my God. Why did you start that? Who could they have picked? What would have been a better matchup to start off with the season? You could have picked somebody other than the Cowboys and the Bucks. At the same time, it's like, well, the Bucks are the defending Super Bowl champions, so they have to pick them to start off. But the Cowboys just happen to be the team they face off with to start the season. But then again, I'll be pissed off at who made the schedule. Why did they got to start off with the Cowboys? That pass was right behind them. He was not going to catch that. Get off the field, Rudolph. If the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, do you think Chiefs Ravens would have been the kickoff game, or would it still be the Chiefs Browns? Probably would have been Chiefs Browns, depending on how they want to do it. I don't think they want to put the Chiefs and the Ravens week 1 for some reason. They want to put it early on, but they don't want it to be like week 1. Because I know obviously the Chiefs start off with the Browns, and then we have them week 2. Oh my God, wasn't even close for the Who is that? Slowman, who is this? You weren't even close to hitting that. Oh God, yeah. I'm already feeling it, man. I'm already feeling it. That's how you know football's back. That's all you already know football's back when your kick is missing like this. Oh God, the connection, man. Please. Come on, man. Get it together. Texans are going to get killed this year. Nobody likes the Texans. The Texans don't even have a good chance for the most part. So you look at them and you're like, No one's looking at the Texans and thinking, oh, they got a great chance. It's more so like they're done. They're done. You look at the Texans, you're like, all right, cool for the most part. But you really look at them and you're like, yeah, they don't have a good chance to do anything this year. That's just how it is. Other than that, you kind of just I think that no, Texans aren't doing anything. The Texans aren't doing anything this season. It is what it is. Texans are not doing anything this season. And we know they're not doing anything this season. So you kind of just deal with what you deal with there. But the Texans aren't doing anything this season. Right, Dwayne Haskins should be starting. I don't know about you mean starting tonight or like what do you mean by starting specifically? It's like, nah, I wouldn't be saying that. Wasn't it hilarious last year when the Ravens played the Colts when Marcus Peters forced the fumble on Jonathan Taylor and Chuck Clark? Yeah, that was funny. But you know what? Phillips Rivers isn't exactly great for doing that. So, it is what it is. I'm not gonna. How are you gonna expect Philip Rivers to be able to stop someone like Chuck Clark? Come on, give him credit. Give him credit. It's not like he's gonna be able to pull that off. What do you mean, Mark Ingram for 2K yards with the Texans? No, no, no. We like to have fun here, but Mark Ingram's is not getting 2,000 rushing yards with the Texans. If he couldn't get 2K yards with our team, he's not getting 2K yards there. So like, no, no, nah. Seriously, who picks these? Who really does pick this? Who really picks for these guys to like? Who picks the Cowboys to start off the season, which has been fun. It's been nice to enjoy this for the most part. So you got to be positive with that. But yeah, nobody really wants the Chiefs or the Ravens to play week one for some reason. The people who are making the schedules are weird. You understand this is an interesting matchup, yet you want to put it early in the season. Like week two, granted, it is on Sunday Night Football, but week two, Chiefs, Ravens. What? That's the type of matchup you want later in the season, but you want to put it right off the bat and just spoil everybody. Come on, guys. We should not be going up against Kansas City week two. That's a week 14 matchup you want right there, but it is what it is. The people who make the schedule, they always make terrible schedules. And this year, they just made the schedule in the AFC North just crazy. Do you think Miami would win the division if they got Deshaun Watson? Interesting premise. Trust me, that Dolphins team, I have a lot of faith, belief, and confidence in them. That is my dark horse team to get to the Super Bowl out of the AFC. I love the Dolphins and what they're doing right now. So I look at them and I could see them, getting somewhere. I love Tua and I love what Tua is going to bring to them. And I believe Tua is going to have a very good year. He's going to have a great year. So I love what I'm seeing with the Dolphins. But, if you get Deshaun Watson with them, they're definitely going to have a great chance because Deshaun Watson is one of the best young quarterbacks here. And at that point, it's going to be like, you're going to go with Deshaun Watson versus Josh Allen in that division. The AFC East would be something spectacular if you have those two guys going at it. It'd be something crazy. So they probably have a chance to win the division. They have a great chance to win the division, but like it's going to come down to the two matchups they have with the Bills. See, the Cowboys have been doing a great job moving the ball down the field. But again, the Steelers defense, we already know how they operate. They do give up a lot of yards. That's just how they do. They don't give up a lot of touchdowns, but they'll give up a lot of yards. The Cardinals are your dark horse for the NFC, right? The Arizona Cardinals. Who would I put as my dark horse for the NFC? That's very interesting. I'd have to think about that. Because, I'm looking at it like, The Cardinals definitely deserve to be my dark horse team because I do like Kyler Murray and I like what they have on that team. It'd probably be the Cardinals because when I look at the Rams, I can't say the Rams are a dark horse team because the Rams are contenders right now. We understand that they are contenders right now. Look at them, they're a contender, so it's like you could say that. It would be an NFC West team. I would definitely say it's an NFC West team. You could choose between the Cardinals, the Seahawks, and the Niners. One of those guys should be considered a dark horse to get to the Super Bowl. I think the dark horse lies within the NFC West. Not exactly sure if I want to pick the Cardinals specifically because the Niners as well. I like the Niners, and I'm thinking as long as they can stay healthy, they're making the playoffs. So that's just how it is for me. There's a guy with an LJ Louisville. There's a flag. Is that the first flag of the game? But yeah, there are plenty of guys with, Lamar jerseys from his time at Louisville, so that's cool. Chargers and Patriots are some good dark horses too. Yeah, I like. Oh, first holding call, fantastic. But yeah, I look at the Chargers and the Patriots. I look at the Patriots for the most part. I can definitely see them as a dark horse, no question. I do not doubt Bill Belichick, and as long as Cam Newton is able to utilize the weapons he has now, they are going to be a terror. So the AFC East should be very interesting this year between the Patriots and the Bills. So we'll see how that division goes. As for the Chargers, they're a team that's so close to getting the. Oh, it's a pit. So no one on the Steelers have a pair of hands. It's okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Just no one has hands. No one has hands. Okay, you know what? I'll let that go. It was close, but I'll let that go. It did touch your hands, but it would have been difficult to make that catch. I'll let it go. But yeah, it's definitely difficult for the most part. You know, it's definitely difficult to see the Chargers for the most part. I could see them as a dark horse, but at the same time, it's like, man, if they can ever get a kicker, they will be something special. But until they can get that kicker, I cannot trust them. Because how many games have they lost because their kicker just can't kick a football? How many field goals have they missed last year because of their kickers? How many games did they lose because of that? It's insane. The Chargers definitely deserve to be a dark horse team, but until they can fix the kicking situation, I'm not putting my faith in them. Because with the game on the line, you have to trust that your kicker to come on the field and hit a field goal or hit like a 49-yard field goal. I can't trust the Chargers kickers because they've disappointed me time and time again. It happened so many times last year. How many heartbreaking losses did the Chargers suffer last year? So I look at them, they could be a dark horse, but until they get the kicking situation in order, no, I'm not picking them for nothing. Are they gonna? Oh, they're gonna go for this. 4th and 15, right? Look at Mike McCarthy on the sideline, which makes sense. I mean, it is a preseason game. You have to prepare for these type of situations in the regular season. So, oh my God, how could he? Just get down, buddy. Just get down. Come on, man. That was a beautiful throw and catch for the first down, but then the receiver proceeds. He proceeds to just fumble the ball. Oh, actually, got to check that though. You got to check that though, because it's like, did he have full possession? No matter what, it's gonna be Steelers ball. It's gonna be Steelers ball with a turnover, or it's gonna be Steelers ball with a turnover on downs. But come on, man, that was a beautiful throw. It was right where it needed to be for the first down, right in stride. You gotta catch that, man. These young guys gotta catch these football, man. You gotta catch that. When you're fighting for your job, you're fighting for a roster position. You gotta catch that. You just gotta catch that, man. That's a toughie. That's a toughie right there. Because he was right there too. He had it in his hands, man. He had it. It was a good look. You gotta catch that, man. You gotta catch that. But yeah, no one is getting anything done. Obviously, it is a preseason game, so the game is gonna go slow. You're not gonna expect a lot of big plays to happen here. Like I said, my Steelers are going to get wrecked. Plus, I still can't get over losing Ryan Shazier. It was unfortunate how Shazier's career ended. That was unfortunate, that he suffered that career-ending injury. It is tough, Unfortunately, that was the case. As for your Steelers getting right, I don't know, man. Like I said, I look at the Steelers. That defense is still there. And as long as that defense is there, it will be able to carry them. No problem. It'll be able to carry them. Simple as that. No problem right there. So I think the Steelers defense should be able to carry them for much of the season. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Yeah, but the offense isn't there. You got Ben. You got an old Ben Roethlisberger. For me, when I look at it, I'm like, for the Steelers, in order to make the playoffs this year, you put your faith in the defense to make stops. But here's the thing. All you need from Ben is for him to be consistent. Do not turn the ball over. Simple as that. Do not. Bill Belichick? Do not turn over. As long as Ben is not turning the ball over and he's making plays and the receivers actually catch the football, plus, you need some sort of a run game. You need something. Last year, you had no run game. You need some sort of a run game this season. If the Steelers do not have a run game on offense, you might actually be in trouble in terms of making it to the playoffs. So Ben just needs to be consistent. At this stage of his career, the Steelers don't need Ben to be great. They just need him to be consistent. If he can be consistent, you can get to the playoffs. Now, in terms of winning the Super Bowl, I don't see it happening. I do not see this. Unless your defense is going to become the '08 Steelers defense, you're not getting to the Super Bowl. So unless you guys are going to manifest defense you guys have right now, unless they '08 steel curtain, you're not getting to the Super Bowl. Because I don't see how you beat the Chiefs with the way your team is assembled right now. My early Super Bowl prediction for these next 3 seasons. Super Bowl 50. Bro, you can't pick for the next 3 seasons. But Bucks versus Bills, Chiefs versus Cardinals, and Cowboys versus Ravens. That's very interesting picks, but we are far. Oh my God, Dwayne Haskins is on the field. Dwayne Haskins is actually on the field. Just sit back. Let me sit back and get very comfortable. Haskins, out for me, man. Oh, that was a perfect throw over the middle. And he gets the first down. Oh, we're gonna have fun with this. It's Dwayne Haskins. You understand, man. It's Dwayne Haskins. We're gonna have fun with this. I'm actually gonna commentate this for a second. What you got for me, Haskins? What you got for me? Come out here, show us what you got. First catch, man. You pick up the first down. That's what you love to see. Hey, man, I wish him the best of luck. Haskins, Butterfingers. Oh, my goodness. Good God Almighty, these guys still can't catch the football. They still can't catch the football. Jesus criminy Christmas, they cannot catch the football. It's in your hands. What is with these Steelers receivers? Why can't they catch? Why can't the Steelers receivers catch? Holy sweet mother of goodness. Wow. Do you think the Warriors could get to the finals this upcoming season? It'll be tough, but I don't see that happening over the Lakers if the Lakers stay healthy. Take guys, catch the football. What's wrong with these dudes? Why do you have all these drops? It's in your hands. Oh boy. You know, it's going to be a very interesting season when it comes to these Steelers. Very, very interesting. Buddy, what you got for me? Haskins? It's a 3rd and 5. What you got me? Oh, that's good defense. That was actually good defense. The pass was there, but that was just good defense. And we're actually at the 2-minute warning. Oh, boy. We're actually at the 2-minute warning. Fantastical for the most part. Fantastical. Oh, boy. It's fantastic. You know, it's always great to see Dwayne Haskins playing football again. You know how I feel. And that is great. Yeah, that was good defense. So if Ben can be consistent, you guys are good. If Ben can be consistent, not turn the ball over, and you can establish some level of a run game, then and only then can I see the Steelers and be like, yeah, they can do something. But other than that, not sure. But, you know, I still think the Steelers defense is good enough. And, like, I think the Steelers defense is good enough to, like, get them to the playoffs. So you look at it and you could think to yourself, yeah, it'd be fine. Ben being consistent is harder said than done. Yeah, of course, it's harder. At this stage of his career, he's old. He's at the tail end of his career. So you can't expect Big Ben to be the Big Ben of 08. You can't expect Big Ben to be the Big Ben of 2010. It's not how that is. We all know Ben is not going to be consistent, and they don't have an O-line. That's just the worry. It's just the offense. The defense is set, but that offense is where the concern is. Did you see that RG3 is going to be in the media? Yeah, I saw he signed that multi-year deal with ESPN. He's going to be covering a lot of college football and stuff. So it's going to be cool. I'm glad to see RG3 get a deal. He's going to be on television. RG3 he has a great personality, and he's definitely he's fit for television. So he's going to do great there. I wish him the best of luck with that. Congrats to him, and I know he's going to be great at what he does. But yeah, Ben, you can't expect Ben to be consistent at this stage. The fact that he's still playing surprises me, man. Eli's gone. Phillip Rivers is gone. Ben, it's time to call it quits. You're done. Okay? It's time to head on out. Head on to Canton, man. Look, you're in Canton, Ohio right now. Just stay here. Simple as that. They stopped that at the 1. Not even the 1.5 yard line. That was a great punt by the Steelers. Nice. But yeah, I'm looking at Ben. I'm like, bro, you're in Canton right now. You don't even need to suit up. Be in the Hall of Fame soon. It's time to pack it up, man. At some point, hang up the cleats. Eli left. Rivers left. Honestly, it's still you and Fitzgerald that refuse. It's about time, guys. You can head on to Canton. We'll be waiting for you. We can't wait to see you guys there. But yeah, Ben, at this stage of his career, you can't expect him to be consistent. It's not going to happen. So it is what it is. I have a strong feeling that the Washington football team was upset either the Chiefs or Bucks when they played this season. Knowing Ryan Fitzpatrick, I wouldn't be shocked. Oh God, I have to deal with Ryan Fitzpatrick being in Washington this year. Oh my God. You don't even remind me of that. Don't even remind me of that. And that's terrible. I have a lot of hope for Washington this year. But the fact that, look, speaking of the man himself, Ben, what's going on, man? Ryan Fitzpatrick's on the team. Oh, God. Ryan Fitzpatrick's on the team. Why? Oh, that's a good run. Oh, he's staying on his feet. Gets to the 27-yard line. That was a nice run right there. Nice run. But, oh, boy, man, just Ryan Fitzpatrick being in Washington. Why would they put me through this? Every week I watch them, I have to deal with Fitzpatrick there. What was wrong with Taylor Heinicke, man? Come on. Why are y'all putting me through this? It's just wrong, man. It's just wrong. It's just wrong to put me through this. And I have to deal with that for the season? For the season, I got to deal with that? Oh, God, please, why? But yeah, we'll see what happens with Washington. They're fit for an interesting season. I love our defense. I love Washington's defense. It's one of the best defenses in the league. You can argue it's the best defense in football, but you got teams like the Ravens, the Rams, and the Bucks. They'll say, no, we got the best defense. So it's nice right there. Good defense. Good defense right there. Yeah, Fitzpatrick in Washington is not a positive for me. That's a problem. I thought Taylor Heinicke was going to be the starter guaranteed after almost beating the soon-to-be champs. That's what I thought. I would assume, you throw this guy in and he almost beats the Bucks. In fact, Washington put up the best effort against the Bucks. Go back and look at the postseason. The Washington football team they put up the best performance, and they were the closest team to beating the Bucks. And Taylor Heinicke was the quarterback. Why don't we just stick with him? What do you want Ryan Fitzpatrick for? Pat's caught over the middle. He gets the first down. What was wrong with keeping Heinicke there? What was wrong with him just being the starter? What was the issue? What was the issue? There's no reason. I get it. Alex Smith's gone and you want another veteran. But what was the point of all people, Ryan Fitzpatrick? Ryan Fitzpatrick isn't taking you to the promised land. There's some potential with Heinicke. Hell, I don't even trust Ryan Fitzpatrick to get you to the postseason. He's never been to the playoffs. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm excited to see what Washington's defense can do. I'm very excited to see that. I have a lot of faith in that defense. I'm very excited to see what the defense can do. In terms of the offense for Washington, I'm very excited to see some of these. Oh! Good defense right there. To see what some of our guys can do in the offense. But in terms of Ryan Fitzpatrick, I'm not excited to see that. A big part of my excitement this year was with Taylor Heinicke. But, with Fitzpatrick, with Fitzpatrick being the starter potentially, it's not fun. It's not fun. You get blocked. Are you talking about this dude? Yeah, you know what? That guy is free. You know what? I never block anybody on my streams. You're free to do whatever you want. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I just never block anybody on my thing here because You're free. I'll say, do your best to like ignore this guy. I don't know what he's doing. He's wilding out right now. I would say, do your best to ignore. I never try to block people because I'm never gonna be in a situation where it's like block. I could block him, but at the same time, it's like you're free to express yourself however you want. It's just best to ignore him and don't speak to him if you have a problem with him. Because I don't know, he's been wilding throughout the stream. Hey, if this is how he wants to spend his Thursday nights, let him spend his Thursday nights like this. I'm not gonna bother him. 3rd and 4 here. You just throw him, man. You just throw him. Bro, Benjamin, I don't know what you're doing, man. You out here asking for people's phone numbers. You just wilding out, man. Again, do whatever you want to do. Ooh. Oh, that's a good call. That's actually a good call. See, it's very tough for a defender to stop their momentum, but the ball's already out of his hands. Right there, the ball is already out of his hands, and then you just, ooh. That's actually a good roughing the passer call. Ball was already out of his hands, and you just trucked him and threw him down to the ground. That was a good call. That was definitely a good call. They could probably get some points up here. Yeah, drop. Look at that drop. Look at that drop. Unfortunate. Look at that drop. A good call. This is crazy. You're hoping the refs can be better. It's one call, man. I love that they called that right, but it's one call. Ooh. But we spoke about that being a good call, and then we proceed to this. That actually could have been a penalty because you hit him low. That was a low hit on the quarterback right there, but they chose to play it out. Very interesting considering this is a preseason. Maybe it's a sign of what will happen in the regular season. Who knows? 2nd and 10, just gonna dump it off. Oh, you're better off dropping that pass. The refs always confuse me with their calls. You never know what you're gonna get with these guys. 3rd and 9 at this point. Just go for the end zone. Just go for it all. Incomplete. All right, kick this field goal. Oh, God. Scoring is just not here. Can somebody make a play with these teams? Good God. Somebody. Don't you want to earn your roster spot? Somebody show up and make a play. Don't you want to earn your spot? Don't you want to get on the team? Oh, look, Dak's going to join the crew at halftime to talk. He's already prepared. They gave him his mic. Can't wait to hear from him. Okay, what is this? This is a 52-yard field goal. Dallas, you can go ahead and get rid of this dude. Like, what was that? What was that? What was that? How do you miss a kick that bad? That was disgusting. That was actually disgusting. I'm lost for words. Oh, boy. Jesus Christ. Yeah, MMG could make that kick. Destroying can make that kick. So many people could make that kick. Who is this guy? How do you? Oh my God! It's one thing if you're missing the kick. It's another thing if you're missing it. It's so wide to the right. He had no chance to make that. He had no chance. I understand it's the preseason, but come on, man. You're trying to earn a roster spot and you're kicking like that? Oh my goodness. Good God Almighty. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible for the most part. Oh my God. That was. Now, I know that can't be the starting kicker for the Cowboys. That can't be. I know it's not because If that's the point, then at this point, Dallas, you can just prepare for a lackluster season because you're gonna be missing a lot of kicks. How are you a professional kicker and you're missing this bad? Like what? That was just poor. That was very, very poor. No, I don't think he's the starter. Most of the starters are not playing in this game. I doubt he's the actual starter. But that field goal was terrible. How can you be at this level and it's like you're oh my god. Oh my god. Good god, man. Just that kick was pitiful. That kick was pitiful. That kick was pitiful. But yeah, Hall of Fame game so far has been very, very, very dry. I mean, these guys are not. I'll say this, man. Defense is there. So look at the defense for both teams. They're making plays. So those guys are definitely making plays and trying to get a roster spot. But some of these offensive players are just dropping passes. Pittsburgh's guys are dropping passes. So that's fun. Already preparing for the regular season, I see. Getting it in that early practice. Meanwhile, the kickers. Oh, God, the kickers, man. But nothing's really happening so far offensively, which obviously preseason game. But it's still a shame. You want to see some of these guys. Somebody got to step up and make a play. Somebody needs to step up, make a play somewhere. I always look at the preseason. I'm like, it don't matter about this game. It don't mean anything. But I look at the preseason and I'm like, I'm here to see these young guys that are trying to fight for a roster spot. I want to see one of these guys make a play. Because if you can make an impact somehow, you have a great chance to make the roster. That's what the preseason is for. It's for the other guys. It's not for the starters. I don't want to see starters in until it's the dress rehearsal game, which is your third preseason game. Then again, we have 3 preseason games here. So, like, your second preseason game now. So, like, when it's the dress rehearsal game, sure, you can have the starters in for, like, a drive or 2 or maybe a quarter at most. But the preseason is supposed to be for your rookies so they can get some experience with the NFL and in that pace. And at the same time, it's for these guys fighting for a roster spot. So somebody got to step up and make some plays, get something done. Nope. I'm not trading away Owe. I'm not trading away Owe. Would you trade away? No. Parsons. No, I'm not trading away Owe. I'm not trading away. Oh, he's our first round pick for last time we. When was the last time we actually picked a pass? It's been a long time since we picked a pass rusher with the first round pick. We're not trading away Owe. There's no way we're trading away Owe. It's not even a contest. Odafe is set to be our guy from week 1. So he's expected to make an impact from week 1, similar to how Patrick Queen was with us, last year. He was expected to make an impact week 1. So if I'm not trading away Patrick Queen, I'm certainly not going to trade away Odafe Owe because he's no, it's not happening. But Parsons is doing pretty good so far. Do you think he has a chance to be a starter? As long as he continues to make progress, he'll definitely have a shot. But I'm not sure if he's gonna take that starting position. He's been good so far, but I'm not gonna say at this point. I'm not gonna say he's gonna get that spot. But if he continues to show progress as he's so great shot to take that starting position. But yeah, in terms of trading Odafe it's not happening. Would you trade Rashad Bateman for Kyle Pitts? Nope. I'm gonna stick with Bateman. Our issue isn't tight, but no. We need a receiver. Baltimore already has guys, man. Kyle Pitts is fantastic. He's fantastic. Kyle Pitts is fantastic, but Bateman was the pick I wanted going into the draft. He's a perfect fit for Baltimore. He's exactly what Baltimore needs. Kyle Pitts coming to Baltimore and being traded here. He'd be fantastic. But no. Bateman is our guy. It's our guy. So that's just how it is. But yeah, Kyle Pitts is going to be great, but that's not the fit Baltimore needs. The fit Baltimore needs is Bateman, and that's the guy we needed to get, which is why we got him. Oh, look, Dak. What's going on, Dak? All right, they are generational talents, though. I'll give you credit, but I like what I got with our guys here. I really do like what I got with our guys here, for the most part. So I wouldn't trade them away. So I like what I got with our guys here, and I'm not trading away. I'm just not. I'm not. I like what I got here with Adafe away. I'm gonna take the chance and trust on what we have so far for the most part. I again, it's really about fit for me. Most importantly, here's my thing. With Parsons, you got a chance there for me. But Kyle Pitts, no, we don't need a tight end. What we need is a receiver. It wouldn't make sense for that to happen. We need a receiver. If you look at the ball, we already have Mark Andrews. We don't need another tight end. We need a receiver. We need a number one receiver, and Bateman can be that guy for us. And so far, what he's done, he has looked to be that guy. So no, I don't need Kyle Pitts on my team. I will take Rashad Bateman. Kyle Pitts is a generational talent, but it's about the fit. Why are you asking me these questions? Would I trade away Patrick Queen for Devin for no? Why are you asking me these questions, man? I'm not trading away any of my players. I like Patrick Queen. I'm not trading away any of my players. Devin White is fantastic. I'm not trading away any of my players. If you're trying to get, you're asking me like, first of all, that would never happen. Why, in God's name, would no? It's not happening. It's not happening. The Bucks aren't making that deal. The Bucks are not making that deal. They're not. They're not doing that. So I'll stick with Patrick Queen. I've seen what the man was able to do his rookie season. I love his progress so far. I'm not trading away Patrick Queen. I'm not trading away Patrick Queen. I'm not trading away Odafe Owe. I'm not trading away Rashad Bateman. I like what I'm seeing from these guys. I'm fine with what I have. Okay, Cody, you're just doing too much. Peterman, you can't trade him away for one person. No. You got to trade him away for everybody. So you got to trade him. You got to trade your quarterback, your number one receiver, your number one cornerback. You got to trade away a lot of guys in order to get him. You got to trade away a lot of guys for the most part if you want to get. Was J.K. Dobbins the running back you wanted in the draft? I didn't want a running back in the draft. That wasn't my goal. I wanted a receiver in the draft, but we got J.K. Dobbins, and I saw that this dude was a monster, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins. So J.K. Dobbins wasn't somebody I wanted to pick, but, I just took what I took from this for the most part. I looked at J.K. Dobbins. I saw the film, what he was able to do, and I was like, he comes to this team and plays on this offense. He's going to be something special. So I took, I appreciated what J.K. Dobbins brought. I wanted a receiver at that time, but I was fine with J.K. Dobbins. So, and now he's just fantastic, and I love what he brings to the team. How was Sammy Watkins doing? Sammy Watkins is doing good so far. He's actually been one of the best guys so far for us in practice. There have been 3 guys that have stood out so far for the offense, at least for us during training camp. Sammy Watkins, that's number one. He's clearly showing his veteran presence and his experience in the NFL. It's showing, so that's great. Rashad Bateman, who's showing that he's already pro ready. This guy's going to make an impact on our offense. And Hollywood Brown, who, when he's on the field, he's been explosive. There is another person, though. The 4th person that's showing up in terms of receiving, no question, James Prochet. This guy is making an impact. It's making an impact. He's making an impact. I'm telling you, he's going to have a role here. He's going to have a role here, and it's going to be fun. So I could see him making the roster. So that's how it is. Did Lamar test negative? I have no clue if he did. I know Lamar is set to return either tomorrow or Saturday. So we'll see how that goes for the most part. But other than that, we'll just hope and see that what we get is what we get. If he's back tomorrow, it's cool. If he's back Saturday, it's cool. So either way, it's good. Would you agree that running backs do so much in practice but don't have that same hungry energy in the game? I don't think it's about. I believe they do have the same energy in practice and in the game because, again, especially when I look at J.K. Dobbins, the same energy he presents during practice and during training camp is the same energy he brings on the field. So I don't think that's exactly the case. It may be for some running backs, but running backs in general, I don't think that's the case. It's just with practice, they're not nearly as aggressive. They're not going at you like that. So, they look at them and they're like, yeah, running backs are so aggressive during training camp and practices, but as opposed to the game, it's not that much. Well, there's a difference. In training camp, the defense isn't going nearly as hard at you because they're not trying to injure you or they're not trying to get you down that much. But you look at the regular game and during the regular season, they're trying to stop you. Simple as that. So simple as that for the most part. So no, I think backs they always keep the same energy between practice and the regular season games. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shut this down for a quick second, and I'm gonna work this. What is your prediction for the Chiefs versus Ravens game? I think the Chiefs are gonna win that game. Between the Chiefs and the Ravens, I'm gonna pick. I'll take the Chiefs in that one. Right now, in my predictions, I said the Chiefs were gonna win that game because the Ravens have to prove they can beat the Chiefs before I can give them the nod and say, oh, they're gonna beat the Chiefs. So you got to prove yourself before I can sit back and say, oh yeah, they're guaranteed to beat Kansas City. So I'll take the Chiefs in that game. Though obviously I'm gonna be rooting for the Ravens to win, and I hope they win that game so they can prove a point. But yeah, my prediction is the Chiefs are going to be able to win that game. Unfortunately, that's just how I see it. Though I'm sure by the time I actually do my week 2 preview, I'll be talking about what the Ravens need to do in order to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And at that point, I'll probably pick them. But it is what it is. I know we drafted Kyle Trash, but Trace McSorley looks like he would have fit our offense. Yeah, McSorley actually would have fit relatively well with the Bucks offense. So that would have been nice. Do the Browns make you nervous this year? Man, everybody in the AFC makes me nervous. But it is what it is. I like what I see from the Browns. They're definitely a Super Bowl contending team. They are going to be competing this year, and it's going to be tough dealing with them in the division. But I have confidence in my team getting the job done. So I have no worries about Cleveland or any team in the AFC as long as our team's able to get the job done. But at the same time, I understand what these teams bring. So don't underestimate the Steelers. Don't underestimate the Bills. Don't underestimate the Browns. Certainly don't underestimate the Chiefs. Don't underestimate anybody. So, yeah, it is what it is. Ravens have a very good defense. Do you think they'd be able to stop Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill? They should be able to stop Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill in terms of at least slowing him down. However, for some reason, this defense has failed to figure out Patrick Mahomes. I don't know what they're doing. Whenever they play Patrick Mahomes, the defense just loses their minds. They don't know what they're doing. And it's truly sad to watch them. It's truly sad to watch them. Like, I watched our Ravens defense go and terrorize teams, but when they get to Mahomes, they'll just be lost. They'll just be lost completely. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? That's not how you play. Why is a receiver that wide open down the field? I'm watching the defense, they're lost. They don't know what they're doing. So until the defense can get it together, we're not beating Kansas City. His defense coming out, getting aggressive. They're trying to get the ball back right off the bat. We ain't got nothing for Travis Kelce, in my opinion. Yeah, who are you gonna put? Who's gonna cover Kelce? Who's gonna cover Kelce? You don't have anybody that can cover him really at this point. Skip Bayless picked us to go undefeated, beating the Browns. And you know what? I don't care what. The Cowboys or LeBron James don't listen to Skip Bayless about anything. If he's talking about like the Chargers, yeah, you might want to try to listen to what he says. Oh my God, they sacked him. Straight up sack. Steelers came out here and forced a 3-and-out. They're like, we want that ball back. They're trying to make some plays. All of a sudden, the Steelers are dialing it up right off the bat to come out of halftime. But yeah, I don't listen to Skip Bayless when it comes to anything related to Tom Brady. I don't even listen to Skip Bayless in general, so that's fine. But like when it comes to Skip Bayless, anything related to Tom Brady, garbage. Don't listen to it. Anything related to the Cowboys, if he's talking about the Steelers or something like that, okay, you can take a listen to. You can look. Oh, he's going. He's going. He's down at the 35. Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. See, the Steelers are coming out with the new energy. And Claypool is perfectly fine. I saw him on the sideline. He's doing well, so that's good to see. Who's the biggest threat to the Ravens? I don't really think we deserve that title. That should be Kansas City. I mean, biggest threat to us. Kansas City's the biggest threat to the Ravens. The Bills are the second biggest threat to the Ravens. The Browns are the third biggest threat to the Ravens. We don't deserve to have the title of who's the biggest threat to the Ravens. We're not at the top of the AFC. That's Kansas City. So there are several teams that are threats to us, but I guess the biggest one is obviously Kansas City. That's the team you have to beat. What do you have for me, Haskins? Play action. Just gonna jump it off and they get the first down. All of a sudden, the Steelers offense is like, let's do something. Okay. Honestly, the Ravens are the biggest threat to the Ravens. Yeah, it's pretty much. It really comes to the passing game. This season's all about the passing game. If the passing game is not where it needs to be, do not expect us to really be able to make a run in the playoffs. So it comes down to the passing game. So T. Martin and Keith Williams, whatever you're doing with this receiving game, and whatever you're doing with whatever you're doing with these receivers, and whatever you're doing with the passing game, it's all up to you. You control how our season's gonna go. They're gonna pitch this one right here. He gets the corner and he's close. He might have down. I still couldn't believe y'all let Patrick Mahomes get loose to hit Tyreek Hill to tie and force. Yeah, I don't like thinking about 2018. I don't like thinking about that play. That was terrible. That was actually terrible. Will our run game still be dynamic if Lamar takes more snaps under center? Listen, Lamar taking more snaps under center is gonna be more so him taking snaps more so affecting the pass game as opposed to the run game. That's a big part of why they're taking more snaps on the center. Oh, he's got the edge. He's not gonna get nope, not there yet. So it's more so about the pass game with him on the center as opposed to the run game. But the run game is still gonna be fine. As long as you have Lamar as your quarterback, you're going to be fine. So that's just how it is for the most part. But in that, yeah, the run game should be relatively fine. The run game's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Okay, first and goal here. What do you have for me, Haskins? Yeah, can't get that. Come on, Haskins. You got to be able to get it done, man. Show me something, man. Show me something. Show me something. Oh, this is fantastic. Bucky Brooks said the Ravens should. Yeah, I already talked about that. I don't feel the need to cover that again. He can say whatever he wants to say. I don't feel the need to do nothing like that. All right, come on, get this right here. Go, go, go. He's in. Touchdown. We actually got something going on here. All right, the Steelers come out and they actually do something. That's what you like to see. Steelers came out here and they just completely changed everything up. They got aggressive and said, you know what? Let's try to dial it up a little bit more. Let's dial it up and see what we can do. Ooh, all right. Extra point. Please don't mess this up. Like I'm dead serious. Please don't mess this up. It's an extra point. It's not that serious. Don't mess this up. Get rid of all these kickers. Get rid of all of these kickers. Get rid of all these kickers. Get rid of all of these kickers. I mean, this is honestly this is terrible. Rid of all of these kickers. All these kickers need to go. I understand these aren't the main guys. I understand these aren't the main guys. It is what it is. But y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. I need y'all to go today. Please, please go. Like, good God. I know these aren't starters, but like, y'all not getting, y'all can't kick. You're not getting a job like this, man. You're not getting a job like this. You're not getting a job like this. Man. How did you miss the extra point? Why y'all missing everything? These kickers are something. These kickers are really something else. These kickers are something else. Harvey, these kickers are something else. They thinking this is high school. They like high school kickers. Like they just missing everything. They just straight up missing everything. They just straight up missing everything. What is this game supposed to be? Because it's preseason. It's just a Hall of Fame game. But but it ain't looking like the Hall of Fame game because they ain't playing like it's the Hall of Fame game. I mean, golly, man, what is this? These guys, none of these guys are kicking anything, man. It's terrible. Missing all sorts of kicks wide to the right. You can't hit this. Please, please, just do something right. Just do something right. Just do something right. Please do something right. Just do something right, please. What's worse, this or any Pro Bowl game? If I was to choose between the Hall of Fame game and the Pro Bowl game, I'm taking the Pro Bowl game 100%. At least with the Pro Bowl game, you're getting the regular people you're used to. You're used to seeing, you're getting all the stars. So with the Pro Bowl game, you're getting all the stars. It may be soft, but you're getting all the stars. So I'll take the Pro Bowl game over this. But yeah, look at the Steelers actually getting some offense going. Either or, these kickers are nasty. Oh boy. Either way, man, they're like, y'all gotta kick this right. Yeah, I gotta be able to kick this right. But I'll take the Pro Bowl game. Do you think the Vikings will make the playoffs? Very tough. Let me look at the 7 teams. Okay. Packers with Aaron Rodgers. Pass interference right there. He didn't turn around. Easy. Okay. So, Okay, when I look at there's only one team coming out of the NFC East, so that's one spot. NFC South, that's going to the Bucks. The Vikings, Saints depends on how Jameis is. So I got 2 teams right now. NFC West, that's the problem. The NFC West is what's getting me right now because all four of those teams right now in the NFC West can make the playoffs. So like I can look at the NFC North, I think the Packers taking that. NFC South's going to the Bucks. NFC East, I don't know who's going to go there, but it'll be somebody. NFC West, I don't know who, but it's going to be some. The NFC West is what I'm looking at, and I'm thinking 3 could come out of there. So could the Vikings make the playoffs? If they can outplay the Cardinals and the Seahawks, sure, they may take a wild card spot. I don't think they're going to win the division, but I think they have a chance, though. How do you think Packer fans are feeling about this season after the drama in the offseason? Well, we're trying to understand that this is probably it. Aaron Rodgers. They're about to have the version of the last dance with Aaron Rodgers, and after that, he's probably heading out of Green Bay. So deal with the situation you deal with, and you just try to enjoy the season the best way you can. There's nothing else you can really do. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The Saints could be a force, just definitely not as much as a threat as they were with Drew Brees. Oh, yeah, definitely. I look at the Saints, and I think they could be one of the best teams in the NFC, but because they're just built well. They're built well all around. It just comes down to the consistency at the quarterback position. And we're really about to find out what Sean Payton has done with Jameis Winston. So we'll see what happens. Jameis Winston is going to have to be the key to seeing that happen. The Bears made the playoffs. Oh, yeah, the Bears made the playoffs. Can they make the playoffs again this year? Well, I mean, if you want Andy Dalton to be your quarterback, he's picked. Okay, the Steelers defense is bro. The Steelers flipped the switch. They're ready to play. All of a sudden, I was like, can somebody make a play? I'm sitting here first half. I'm like, man, nobody's making a play right now. Both teams are looking dry. Can somebody make a play? And Pittsburgh has come out here on the first drive, 3 and out, forced the Cowboys to punt. Then they go down the field. Well, they didn't go down the field. They got a great punt return. They got a great punt return where they took it so close into Cowboys territory. They capped that off with a rushing touchdown. And now here, they get a clean pick. Who was he going for? The pressure was right there. They got a clean pick. That was nice. That was nice. And now I'm going to need Dwayne Haskins to do something for me. But yeah, the Bears, it depends. If they have Andy Dalton as their quarterback, I don't think they're making the playoffs, but who knows? Oh, Haskins. He didn't have it, man. He didn't have it. I was like, he's looking downfield. He's got a cannon. I still just have problems overlooking Winston's time in Tampa when he was throwing picks left and right. You know, it really has to deal with the offense. Part of it has to deal with the offense he's in when he's constantly throwing the football. The other part of it has to deal with his inconsistent decision. But hey, if Sean Payton can fix him, that's a different thing. I feel you on that. I still have questions about Winston myself. But if Sean Payton can fix him, that'll be fun. And that could really help them. Bears go 8-8. Washington goes 7-9, makes the playoffs. Dolphins go 10-6, miss the playoffs. That should show you that the AFC is starting to become great. The AFC last year was better than the NFC, in my opinion, because you had all these 10-plus win teams fighting for the playoffs. That just goes to show you how competitive the AFC is right now. If Andy Dalton is the starting quarterback over Fields, the Bears' season is over. They're not. Just start Justin Fields. If you're putting in Andy Dalton, they're not going to the playoffs. The NFC was kind of a joke, honestly, last year. You had the Bucks. You had the Packers. You had the Saints. The Rams were still around. The Seahawks made noise in the first half. And that was pretty much it. But then you look at the AFC. You were looking at Haskins, what you looking for? He's going to dump it off. And he's going to get that first down. What? How did you not get that first down? When you look at the AFC last year, you had the Chiefs, you had the Bills, you had the Ravens, you had the Titans, you had the Browns, you had the Steelers, despite the fact that they did fall off. You still had the Steelers, you had the Dolphins, you had the Colts. You had teams fighting. The AFC was competitive last year, and I expect it to be competitive this year, where the NFC was like 3 or 4 teams where I looked at it and said, all right, they're competitive. They can probably do something in the postseason. They're going to go for it. They're being very aggressive here. They're going to run this 4th and 1. Did he get it? Oh, he got it for the first down. See, Steelers actually doing something. These guys are trying to show themselves here. Come on, show me something, Pittsburgh. Show me something. Y'all want a roster spot? Show us something. We got to see something from the young guys today. Give me something to work with. Yeah, Miami's going 12-5. Miami going 12-5 this year. That'd be interesting. I actually don't exactly know where I would give them a record. I think I had them around 11-6, but who knows? He's gonna roll out, dump off the pass. But yeah, I think Miami can make the playoffs this year. I'm very excited to see what they can do. I look at Miami and I say they're a playoff team. They're definitely a playoff team, and I like what I'm seeing from them. Haskins putting in the work right now. I like what I'm seeing from Haskins. Well, he's kind of just dumping the ball off right now, but hey, he's putting in some work. He's trying not to make a mistake. He's not going to force anything downfield. Hopefully, that's nice. That's all you need to see from Haskins. Don't force anything. He's going to hand the ball off. They're going to get that corner, and they pick up another first down. Even if Eric Fisher didn't go down, I still think we would have beaten the Chiefs. I think if the Packers, Rams, Seahawks went, they would have lost, but us and the Saints would have beaten them. No, if the Packers would have went, it comes down to that defense, man. I don't know. I don't trust that defense for anything. Fun. There's the penalty. Good job. More fouls. Yeah, even the you probably, I don't know. It would have been closer though. Maybe the Bucks still do win, But again, it wasn't just the fact that the offensive line wasn't protecting Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. It was the fact that the offensive line wasn't protecting him and his receivers were not catching the football. So even if you had Eric Fisher there, if the receivers weren't catching the football, it wouldn't have mattered. If the Saints would have got there, I don't know about the Saints beating the Chiefs. That would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. It would have been tough, but they potentially could pull it off. Though I would have picked the Chiefs in that matchup. I would have picked the Chiefs against them against the Saints. I probably would have picked the Chiefs against the Rams potentially, maybe, and then against the Packers. I think it go either way depending on who makes the plays. Going downfield. Oh, that actually wasn't that bad of a throw. Let me see this. Yeah. But yeah, maybe the Packers. That would have been a closer game to me. That could have gone either way. But who knows? Who knows how that would have gone for me? I just don't know. Packers desperately need to fix that defense, especially when it comes to stopping the run. Yeah, they cannot stop the run, and their secondary in some cases. Their secondary, there's some holes in that secondary. At least one hole I could see. How you gonna give up that touchdown before halftime? That was garbage. 3rd and 12, nothing there. Take your field goal. You almost forgot. Yeah, the Ravens signed Sammy Watkins. He's been nice in training camp so far. I like what I'm seeing from Sammy Watkins. As long as he can stay healthy, he will be productive for our offense. So that's a great thing right there. So I know Sammy can do something here. Do you think the Seahawks would have pulled it off if they went? No. I don't trust this. No. Against the Chiefs? No. I will thoroughly say no. I do not believe that would have happened. No. 48-yard field goal. Can somebody make a kick here? Please. Please. Okay, there we go. Somebody makes a field goal. Oh, boy. Chiefs, if they would have went to the Super Bowl, it would have been an interesting game, but I don't know. It depends on what you're going to get. That offense for the Seahawks, despite the weapons, sometimes that offense just goes very, very cold at the worst of moments. Sometimes DK Metcalf forgets he has hands and just ends up dropping passes he shouldn't. Sometimes the defense just fails to block or fails to cover and just leaves dudes wide open. I don't trust the Seahawks. They're very inconsistent. That playoff game last year against the Rams clearly showed why you cannot trust the Seahawks right now. I think the 49ers are going to blow out the Packers this season in week 3 like last year's. It's tough for me to see that happening. With the way Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have been playing, I think it's very tough for me to see them getting blown out. Not to mention, it depends. Who's going to be the quarterback? Is it going to be Trey Lance or is it going to be Jimmy Garoppolo? And it depends on how the Niners are going to look in week 3. Because I like the 49ers. When healthy, they're one of the best teams in the league. But again, still, the Packers, the Packers team they faced off with in 2019 is not the Packers team they're going to face off with this year. And it should be very. I don't see a blowout. I just don't see a blowout. Maybe they could win that game, but I don't think I see a blowout happening there. It'd be tough for me to see the Niners blowing out the Packers this season. But they could potentially win that game. So that's definitely a positive for me so far. I think, like, when I look at that, I'm like, yeah, they can win that game. But I don't think they could blow out the Packers. It would have to be a very, very, very poor performance from Aaron Rodgers in order for them to be able to get blown out. And again, who knows? That Niners defense is legit, so who knows how that'll go to be able to get blown out. And again, who knows? That Niners defense is legit, so who knows how that'll go. I like what I'm seeing from this with some energy. They came out the second half and started making and it's showing up. I'm just hoping I could see something from the Cowboys offense. Somebody show me something. I need to see somebody make a play for me. Show me something from the Cowboys offense. Come on. You want to get a roster spot, you got to show us something. And right now, you're not showing us anything. Why is he dressed? What? Why is he dressed? What's your final score? Predicting that I'm going to say 23-10 Steelers in this game? In this game, I don't see a 23-10 in this game. That's expecting too much. Maybe I guess the Steelers offense is starting to get going, but I don't see that happening. Maybe just start to do something. I forgot. Has anyone ever signed Eric Fisher and or Michael Schwartz? I don't think either of them have been signed. I have to check for that. I don't think either one of them have been signed yet, but no, I don't think they've been signed. The Chiefs are hoping for a rematch against us, but what if the 49ers spoil that in the playoffs and they get the rematch against them for the Super Bowl this year? Honestly, the Chiefs, if they're not going to be mad if they run into the Niners in the Super Bowl, if they get to the Super Bowl, but they're more so, it is what it is. They're more so focused on getting to the chip before actually worrying about who they got to revenge this, revenge that. It don't matter. The goal is to win a Super Bowl. So it's sweeter if you get revenge on the team that beat you the previous year in the Super Bowl, but that doesn't really matter. It's about getting to the Super Bowl and winning a championship. So Kansas City, if they saw the Niners again, they wouldn't have a problem. They wouldn't be sitting here like, man, it should have been the Bucks. It's like it is what it is. Oh, Eric Fisher's with the Colts. Okay, that's cool. So he signed with the Colts. Okay. So Fisher's with the Colts, but I don't know about Schwartz. I don't think he's signed with anybody yet. Yeah, I don't think Schwartz is with anybody yet. So Fisher is signed with the Colts, but Schwartz, I don't even know about that. Oh yeah, Calvin Johnson. Oh yeah, yeah. I wasn't even looking up. That is Calvin Johnson. What up, Calvin? I really wish Calvin Johnson wasn't in. Every day, every time I think about Calvin Johnson, I think about all the years we missed of seeing his greatness. And all of that happened because of Detroit being Detroit. And I will never forgive Detroit for wasting this man's career. If only he wasn't drafted by the Detroit Lions, we would still be seeing Calvin Johnson in the league today. I miss Calvin Johnson, man. I miss seeing Megatron on the field. I always find myself watching his highlights, and it's just like, man, you knew he had a lot more left in the tank. Calvin Johnson could have been the best receiver ever if he was on a decent team. He could have been, bro. If he was on a decent team, or even if he was on a good or a decent team, he would have been something truly special. We could have looked at him and said he's the second greatest receiver of all time. He probably could have passed Jerry Rice potentially, but he would have been in the conversation at least. Same thing with Barry Sanders, man. They wasted Barry Sanders, and I'll never forgive the Lions for that. Terrible. That's why I just don't care for the Lions. They just waste all the talent. They wasted Barry Sanders. They wasted Calvin Johnson, and they wasted Matthew Stafford's talents while he was there. What can I tell you? They just know how to waste talent. Oh, don't show that play. Don't show that play. That was a catch. That was clearly a catch, and you said that wasn't a catch. Made no sense why you would call that back. Imagine if Calvin Johnson was on the Patriots. That's a nightmare for the AFC. Nobody wants to think about that. Oh, good throw. Good throw. Good throw. Good throw by DiNucci. Okay. Okay. Finding the space right there. He was wide open. Good throw right there. Receiver was wide open. Good throw by DiNucci. You can make an argument that he's the third best wide receiver in history. You can make that. If Calvin Johnson was on the Patriots, that's game over. You can't give Tom Brady a weapon like that. Forget about everybody in the AFC. Nobody is coming out at all if Brady would have had Megatron. My list is Rice, Moss, Johnson. Yeah, I can give you that. Jerry Rice being number one, Randy Moss number two, Calvin Johnson number three. Imagine that 07 Pats team with Calvin Johnson. I mean, the 07 Pats team with Calvin Johnson is just, it's the same Patriots team. It's just they don't lose to the Giants. So that's just it. Imagine that 07 Patriots team. That 07 Patriots team broke records. So it's going to be the same Patriots team you got from 07. The only difference is they're not losing that game to the Giants in the Super Bowl. Simple as that. The Patriots with a passion. Same here, man. Same here. All right, you said your list was Rice, Moss, and Johnson. What about T.O.? Yeah, right there. Yeah. Yeah, Matthew. My top four: Rice, Moss, T.O., Johnson. Like, you gotta give credit to T.O. Ben DiNucci trying to make plays. He's gonna take off himself, trying to get a couple yards. You can't forget about T.O. You can't forget about T.O. Yeah, '07 Pats team would have gone completely undefeated. They were pretty much undefeated. They were 18-0 up until the Super Bowl. The '07 Pats team with Calvin Johnson basically gets it done and they blow out the Giants. So it's as simple as that. Do you see Daniel Jones saving his career with the Giants, or is he finna get ran out of town? Daniel Jones. You mean Daniel Jones making his career? Because, I mean, he's young. It's not like this is his last chance. He's a young quarterback. Do I think he could be something special for the Giants? Time will tell. Honestly, come back to me at the end of the season. I think Daniel Jones, he has talent. He can be something very. I think he could be a really good quarterback in this league, especially with the team flag. I think he could be a really good quarterback for the Giants, and he could potentially be something special for them as long as they surround them with the talent, which they have. The Giants have a good defense. What they did this offseason is get this man weapons. Now this man has Kenny Golladay. There's no excuse. There is no excuse for Daniel Jones. Ask me this question at the end of the season. I can give you a complete answer about Daniel Jones. Because now I get to clearly see what Daniel Jones is about. If the Giants don't win this division, you may have to look at Daniel Jones and just say, he's not it, buddy. Because with the defense they have and the weapons they gave him, they have to at least make the playoffs. You know, if he doesn't win the division, he doesn't win the division. But they at least have to make the playoffs. If the Giants miss the playoffs this year with Daniel Jones, he's not the guy. It's as simple as I don't want to hear any excuses. He's not the guy. The Giants need to make the playoffs this year with Daniel Jones. No excuses. None. None will be expected. None will be accepted when it comes to Daniel Jones. If Asante Samuel had caught that interception in the Super Bowl, they would have won that Super Bowl game against. Yeah, of course. And Justin Tuck should have been the MVP. You definitely should have been the MVP, but they were gonna give. You knew how that game was gonna go. But if Samuel would have caught that pick, the game would have been over. But there's so many plays like that in NFL history where if somebody would have just made the play or made the stop, the game would have been over. I see the Giants making the wild card. They better make the wild card. The Giants' offensive line is shaky. It is shaky. It is concerning. But again, they got Saquon. That's good. In terms of the run game, they're not slowing down with Saquon. So once when he's back, is he healthy or is he not? Because he looks healthy, but they're saying he's not healthy. And I don't know. I don't know what's happening with that. Joe Judge knows what he's doing with that. But I'm sure this man's fine. Week 1, when we see Saquon, the run game in general is going to be fine. But that offensive line and pass protection is concerning, though. However, they do have weapons, so that is a positive. So they should make Daniel Jones' job much easier. To see the Giants in the playoffs, that's going to be a sign that Daniel Jones is, because what they've surrounded him with, it should be enough. In the NFC East, it should be enough to get the job done. So Daniel Jones, the ball is in your court. So it's your chance, man. It's your chance to prove yourself. Last year you didn't have the. It was terrible. This year you have weapons. You have a great defense. So no excuse for Daniel Jones not making the playoffs, especially in the NFC East, man. 7 to 8 wins should get that done. Do you think the Colts should go get Nick Foles while Carson Wentz is recovering? No. Normally, I'd be like, well, you know what? While you're missing Carson Wentz, getting a veteran like Nick Foles should do well. But in this situation, no. Just don't do that. Because now I'm wondering as to how that's going to work towards Carson Wentz and his confidence. We already know the situation between Nick Foles and Carson Wentz that happened in Philadelphia. Don't bring that to the Colts. Sometimes it's just a situation where it's like, yeah, he would help the team, but putting him there as opposed to this other quarterback, what that could bring and that could cause to the team, let's not even try to entertain that. Tried to set up a screen and he just dropped it. If Heineke is starting by like week 3 or 4, Washington wins the division. If not, the Giants have the best team. If Taylor Heineke is starting, could Washington win the division? They got a great shot. You can argue they have the best defense in that division. It definitely comes between the Giants and Washington, but I think Washington's defense is better than the Giants. And it will come down to Heineke making plays versus Daniel Jones. So you have a chance. You have a chance. So I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So yeah, getting Foles will only kill Carson Wentz's confidence. I wouldn't bring in Nick Foles. I really wouldn't bring in Nick Foles. It just wouldn't be a positive there. Oh yeah, Fitzmagic. Having Fitzpatrick as the starting quarterback for Washington is an absolute nightmare for me. I can deal with the fact Washington already has its issues, and I got to deal with the problem there and how they constantly give me a headache with some of the things that happen during game time. But to have Fitzpatrick be the quarterback, that's just going to be 10 times worse. I got to deal with Fitzpatrick on a weekly basis now. Before, when he's on other teams, okay, primetime game, you deal with him. But weekly, I have to deal with Ryan Fitzpatrick here. Why would I want to deal with Ryan Fitzpatrick? Hate that. Hate it. Hate it. Hate Ryan Fitzpatrick in Washington. I don't want him there. I was fine with Heineke. I was 100%. Why do I hate Fitzpatrick so much? Because every time growing up in the past, every time I put my faith in Ryan Fitzpatrick, he never came through. He never came through for me. Every time I'm like, okay, Fitzpatrick, all you have to do is just do your job. And he hasn't done that. I hate when people try to overrate the moments when he's being great. Where it's like, oh, he's making great plays here. It's Ryan Fitzmagic. Yeah, because there's no pressure on him. When the pressure hits him, Fitzpatrick does not show up. And I'm tired of people trying to act like Ryan Fitzpatrick is some great quarterback. Every time he's needed to show up in clutch situations, in key moments where it's like, this is an important game, the pressure's on, you got to win this game. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. He didn't do that throughout the time. Several situations where I'm like, I put my faith in this guy to show up and do what he needs to do. He doesn't do it. He doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. I'm never going to, no, with Fitzpatrick, never trust this guy. Never trust this guy. Not to mention, I don't understand why everyone wants to act like this guy's great. He's never made the playoffs. He's never led a team to the postseason once. Yet everyone wants to act like Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't just collapse at the end of the season. When has he gotten the team to the playoffs? Everyone wants to say, oh, Fitzmagic this and Fitzmagic that. Yes, Ryan Fitzpatrick is a talented quarterback. We get it. He's talented. He's made plays. Congratulations. Damn near every quarterback is talented. But what has he done to help lead a team to something positive? What do you want me to say? When he has a chance to help his team make the playoffs, he shrinks and plays like garbage. Yet people want to overrate and act like he's some great quarterback. Oh, Ryan Fitzmagic this and Ryan Fitzmagic that. No, every time I put my faith in him, he disappointed me. He failed me. What do you want me to say? I'm never going to really like Ryan Fitzpatrick as a quarterback. Now, Ryan Fitzpatrick, the person, is funny. He's awesome. He's a cool guy. I got no problem with Ryan Fitzpatrick, the person. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the quarterback, I don't see him. I don't team. Simple as that. Yeah, Washington has a scary Terry Curtis, Samuel, Logan Thomas, Antonio Gibson, and the top 10 O-line. They get a talented quarterback, and that's a Super Bowl team. That's what I've been trying to say. Look what you have on defense. You got one of the best defense in the league. You got one of the best young guys with Chase Young. That defense is set for the future. And then you look at the offense. When you look at Terry McLaurin and you look at Gibson and you look at Samuel, we've got weapons. We've got guys. We've got fumble. We've got playmakers. Steelers managed to get that. We got playmakers. We just need a quarterback. If we can get a quarterback, that's different. Simple as that. Why does Fitzpatrick just collapse every time? I don't know. He keeps doing that, and people want to sit back and just praise him for doing this and doing that. No. He did it with I still remember that play with the Raiders, and I was like, okay, that was cool, but he's not getting this team to the playoffs. Whose jerseys are on those? Oh, These are some old school jerseys. That right there is number 37. That is a vintage like Deion Sanders jersey for when he played for the Ravens back in like '05. And then that one right there is Willis McGahee. Everyone remembers Willis McGahee if you're a Ravens fan. So those are like two old school jerseys from the guys that were with us in the 2000s. Love those guys. Love McGahee. Everyone loves prime time. You know how it is. So those are the two jerseys on the wall. Wait, did he play in the Bills game or was it two? I'm pretty sure he played in the Bills game. I think it was a mix of both of them because they were doing poor. They got blown out. So both quarterbacks did play. I believe so. Bill Belichick let Ryan Fitzpatrick knock the Patriots out of the bye week. They needed changing. No, yeah. Trust me, when it comes to it, that's the thing that frustrates me and pisses me off about this guy. Like Ryan Fitzpatrick, when there's no pressure on him, nothing for him to deliver. The team's not making the playoffs. It doesn't matter what he does. He'll go out there and play like a top 5 quarterback. I remember he ruined a chance for the Patriots to get a bye week. He was clutch in that situation. Why? Because he had nothing to lose. But when the pressure's on him and he needs to show up and play like that same Fitzmagic quarterback we talk about, what happens? He becomes Fitztragic. I don't trust Fitzpatrick for anything. And I'm tired of people looking at, well, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's a great quarterback and he does this. No. When it comes to showing up when your team needs you the most, when it comes to the pressure being on and the expectations being on Ryan Fitzpatrick, he doesn't show up. But if there's no expectations, well, Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be Ryan Fitzmagic. That's when you need to understand. Fitzmagic shows up when there's no expectation. Fitztragic shows up when the expectations are on him and they're high. That's just how it is. It's as simple as that. Once you get that realization, you'll be fine and you'll truly be able to understand why like Ryan Fitzpatrick is not somebody you should trust for anything. But yeah, other than that, yeah, he's a great teammate. He's a great guy. Cool stuff. I have nothing bad to say about Ryan Fitzpatrick, the person. He's funny. He's awesome. He's cool. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the quarterback, though, I got problems with. Who was my favorite player to watch? Oh, growing up, Ed Reed, no question. Ed Reed was my favorite player. Ed Reed, 2 players, actually. Ed Reed and Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald is my favorite all-time receiver. And my all-time favorite safety is obviously Ed Reed. So those were the 2 I loved watching growing up. So I always put them in the same position. I'm telling you, don't be shocked if he turns into Fitzmagic on Kansas City or Tampa. I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest. That's exactly what Fitzpatrick would do. He'd win that game because there wouldn't be any expectations on him. No one's the Washington would not be a favorite against Kansas City or Tampa Bay. So I can easily see Fitzpatrick going to be Fitzmagic in that. No question. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if Washington wins that. Yeah, he just didn't do good last year. And living in Maryland, everyone despised Dwayne Haskins last year was something different, man. It was tough because again, the problem was like he wasn't playing well, and at the same time, he wasn't acting like a mature quarterback. How can you play poorly in one game and then 2 days afterwards you're in the club? What are you doing? Like you're not doing anything to improve. A lot of mistakes during his final moments in Washington, and I hope he's learned from that because he's a talented young man. But why am I saying talented young man as if he's? What am I talking about? Sometimes I talk like I'm an old man, but he's a talented guy. Some of the things he did towards the end of his time in Washington were very questionable. And at some point, the fans and everybody around that time was just done with Haskins because it just didn't look like he wanted to be serious. He wasn't acting like a franchise quarterback. He wasn't looking like a franchise quarterback. And like I said last when I talked about it, when you looked at his film, there was nothing there. That's scary. That's the scariest thing you can do. When you're talking about a quarterback, the one thing you never want to say is there's nothing there when you look at his film. There was nothing there you could look at and say, yeah, this guy gets us. There's something about this guy that screamed special. There was nothing there on his film. And that shouldn't be the case because the guy has a big arm. So the fact that we were looking at his film last year and saying, that was an issue. And that's how I knew at that point, yeah, Haskins had to go. There was nothing there. Pocket presence, footwork, all this other stuff, decision making, all of it. You looked at it there was nothing positive there. And at that point, that's when I was like, Dwayne Haskins is not going to be in Washington for much longer. So his final moments in Washington were definitely tough. But I hope he's learned from that, and we'll see how he is in Pittsburgh. Maybe, he's in Pittsburgh and he's doing better there. Would you go off if the Ravens signed Fitzpatrick and they never drafted Lamar Jackson and they eventually let Joe Flacco go? That would be the dumbest thing the front office would have ever done. And that would have been the most painful thing they would have ever done to me. Luckily for me, I think at that time, it depends on when this would be because I didn't start making videos until like 2018. So if this was before 2018, you would never have seen me. You wouldn't have seen my reaction. But if this was like 2018, I probably would have had like a 30-minute rant as to why the Ravens would think bringing this guy in was the move to make in terms of trying to compete for a championship. That would have been disgusting. My favorite offensive player is Calvin Johnson. I love Calvin Johnson. Megatron's awesome. Oh, come on, catch that. That was a beautiful sidearm by Danucci. You got to catch that, man. It's looking better right now, but I knew Mike Tomlin would get him. Yeah, I said Pittsburgh was one of the destinations that would actually work with him because I was like, Mike Tomlin will probably be able to do something with him. So, yeah, the minute I saw he was going, the minute I saw he was going to be released by Washington, I thought to myself, Pittsburgh might try to go and get him because Mike Tomlin can work with a guy like him. He can fix him. He's good enough of a coach to be able to get his mindset straight. But at the same time, Pittsburgh itself, you've seen how their players have been acting up. So it was less about me thinking he could fix him and more about me thinking, well, he already has dealt with chaotic characters before. He can handle another one. Then again, the Steelers in the 2010s had a lot of chaotic characters there, and it didn't exactly lead to Super Bowl wins. But you know what I mean? He could help out. And I'm not trying to take shots here. But, Steelers fans know how the 2010s went for them. Very painful. Very, very painful. This might be one of the blandest Hall of Fame games I've seen in quite some time. Like, seriously, this is why I really wished one of the rookies would have been in the Hall of Fame. Can you imagine if the Jaguars were playing right now? We could be seeing Trevor Lawrence playing on the field because with the Hall of Fame game, throw your rookie out there. See what your franchise guy has. I remember in 2018 when the Ravens played the Hall of Fame game against the Bears. That was nice because we got to see what Lamar Jackson was about. He made a couple plays here. He made a mistake here, but at the same time, he was making a couple plays. He got in the end zone, hit his man Hayden Hurts. It was nice. You got to see what your young guy can do. But nobody on the Cowboys or the Steelers have anybody that's ready to take over. Dak is the guy for the future, and Ben Roethlisberger is still here. They haven't prepared for the future. So it's not like you have a rookie that you can throw out here. I really wish it would have been somebody like the Jaguars. Danucci, he went for it. He took a shot, but it's incomplete. Steelers make a stop. Turnover on downs. But yeah, it would have been nice to have seen the Jaguars here because Trevor Lawrence would have been nice. It would have been interesting to see the Jets. I would like to see Zach Wilson. Give me the Niners. Let me see Trey Lance. Give me the Bears. Let me see Justin Fields. I would have. Matter of fact, you should have gave me the Bears. You should have gave me the Bears. You could have gave me the Bears. You could have gave me the Niners. You could have gave me the Jags. Maybe not so much the Jets. Nobody really wants to watch the Jags. But like, I would have taken any one of those because seeing a young quarterback play in the Hall of Fame game is nice because that gives you a first look at what they're doing. This game has just been dry because it's like Ben DiNucci obviously is not the future of the Cowboys. They got their guy in Dak. And as for the Steelers, Mason Rudolph should have never been on the field in the first place. That's one. And Dwayne Haskins is showing moments, so it's nice to see what he's doing. But still, it's like, Ben is still their guy right now. So it's like, ugh. I think Haskins will be Ben's successor. They're setting him up to be Ben's successor, but at the same time, I don't know what the Steelers are trying to do. It looks like they're setting him up, but do they really believe Haskins is ready to take over the realms? Because looking at the state of the AFC North, if Ben was to retire right now, how confident do Steelers fans feel in having Dwayne Haskins be the starting quarterback for you guys heading into the season? I like how NFL fans ask for teams with exciting draft picks, and we get Ben DiNucci. That's fun. That's fun. That's fun. So we could have really had something interesting here for the Hall of Fame game. The minute I saw this, the minute I saw this matchup between the Cowboys and the Steelers, I knew it was going to be a dry game because it was like, who wants to see these two teams play? One and two, none of the starters are really going to be in, and it's not like they have any rookie quarterbacks that are coming in. So who's really going to be out there? A bunch of guys you don't want to see. This was basically just to get our taste, just basically to get us prepared, start seeing actual football again. So that it's fine. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm just glad to see football playing live on television again. So at least we know at this point it's back. What was your reaction when the Ravens drafted Lamar, and who did you think the best quarterback in order in the 2018 draft at the time? So, okay, when the Ravens got Lamar, I was absolutely fine with it. I loved it. I enjoyed the pick. I was like, we got our quarterback for the future. Funny enough, backstory, in terms of quarterbacks I wanted to be on my team, I've spoken on this. Tua was my guy. Tua was my guy. He wasn't in the 2018 draft, obviously, but like, I've been watching Tua since 2017, I believe, and I wanted Tua to be the quarterback for the Ravens. I was thinking by the time he would actually be available in the draft, he would have regressed to the point where we're in the lottery, and at that point we would have had a chance to pick him up. But that didn't work. Lamar Jackson being linked up to the Ravens, I thought Lamar Jackson, I've electrifying player in college, and he seems to be nice, so I didn't check out his highlights at that point. So I waited. And when the Ravens drafted him, I was like, Lamar seems like a good one. I liked the pick. I think the pick was great, but I didn't truly enjoy the pick until I took a look at Lamar Jackson's highlights. And once I saw what this man did at his time in Louisville, I immediately fell in love with the pick. And I'm like, sorry, Tua, I love you, but this is my guy to go moving forward. As to who I look at from the guys out of the four, if you're gonna pick, like, order them, it's very tough for me to pick because I think at the time I looked at all the guys and I said the one out of them that really is, you could look at them and say, quote unquote, the guy with the highest potential ceiling. I said between Josh Allen and like Lamar Jackson. But if I was to rank it between those five, I think at the time, ooh, at the time, I think I looked more towards Lamar Jackson being number one, even though he didn't have the best arm out of the group. What he was able to accomplish with a team like Louisville, I gave that a lot of merit. I looked at Lamar and said, he may not come out here and be the best guy. Who knows, out of this draft? Maybe it'll be a guy like Josh Allen. But I like what Lamar did. Lamar did a lot. So I think I had Lamar at number one. And then I looked at Josh Allen and I said Josh Allen at number two because he had a cannon of an arm. So Josh Allen was going to be number two for me in the draft, the second best quarterback in my opinion. And I even said, despite him being number two on my list, I could see him being number one because if he ever gets consistent and accurate, honestly, he's going to be arguably the best quarterback in football. And that's the argument that's being made right now. So, like, yeah, that's just how it worked out. So I had Lamar at number one. Number two, I had Josh Allen. Number three, I had Baker. Number four, I had Sam Darnold. And number five, I had Josh Rosen. I didn't really have a lot of high expectations for Rosen, so I was actually surprised to see him go high. But yeah, that was my list. Lamar number one, Josh Allen number two, Baker number three, Sam Darnold number four, Rosen number five. And that was before I really got to see what they were made of. Worked out like that way, but people argue Josh Allen's better. And it's fine either way. You can choose how you want to choose it. I wish I could see another defense like the 2000 Ravens, even though I wasn't even born, just to look back. It'd be nice to see another defense like the 2000 defense. Seahawks just threw away the Legion of Boom like it was not. Yeah, you know what? They had it. It really was just that Super Bowl. Once that terrible interception happened at the 1 yard line, the Seahawks were never the same. So that's just how it was. Imagine if the Ravens have Minka Fitzpatrick instead of the Steelers. Oh, that would have been fantastic. We'd be killing them. It'd be fun to have Minka Fitzpatrick. That was one of the best, the best pick. Oh, he caught it, but he was out of bounds. The Steelers did a great job getting Minka Fitzpatrick because he came in and made an impact. And now he's one of their best guys. So, yeah, well done to the Steelers for getting him. Then again, I'm looking at it now. When I look at it, In terms of his situation with the Dolphins are on the rise, and the Steelers again. I don't know where you want to play Steelers, but Ben's not going to be here that long, so it's like it is what it is when you look at that. So it's like it is what it is. The Falcons should have drafted Minka Fitzpatrick. The Falcons should have drafted a lot of people, but you know how that goes. 3rd and goal here. Come on, Haskins, get it done. That's a touchdown. Okay. Okay, that was a good play executed right there. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown right there. Nice touchdown for this man, Dwayne Haskins. That was a nice one. Let's talk about first before I get that later, because I thought Lamar was the best out of the bunch because of his dual threat ability and his success at Louisville, which is not a football powerhouse like Bam. Yeah, I picked Lamar out of the best because he was doing it with a team like Louisville, and he accomplished a lot at Louisville. The only reason they were relevant was because of him. Nobody else was doing anything at Louisville besides him for the most part. Well, him and Jair, but like it's what I mean. No one was really making it. It was Lamar. It was Lamar. So that's just how it was. Dwayne Haskins seems like he might be decent. Listen, Haskins can be something here as long as he continues to work hard, listen to his coaches, and just improve. He'll be fine. He can be something. Let's talk about Trevor. Trevor Lawrence. Okay, how are we going to talk about Trevor Lawrence? What do you want me to talk about when it comes to Trevor Lawrence? I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to be something great in this league. I have a lot of confidence in him. I have a lot of belief in him. And I feel Jags are on the road. However, I don't know how much of an impact he can make right off the bat this season with the state of how the Jags look right now. But I think he's going to have a very interesting rookie season. I think his rookie season is going to be similar to how Joe Burrow's rookie season was up until he got injured. So I have excitement. I have not expectation, but I have a lot of faith and belief in what he wants. And I think he's something great. Do you think nightmare? But again, if they're going to send him to the Chiefs, what are they going to get back in return? You got to get back something. If I'm going to say this right now, if you're going to send something to the Chiefs, you better take one of their offensive pieces. Simple as that. Same man. Lily said Lance was the best quarterback in the draft class. I like Trey Lance. I think he's an interesting choice. I think, honestly, I don't think he's the best quarterback in the draft. However, he's in the best situation with San Francisco. So, yeah. I do like what I'm seeing from Trey Lance is nice. I just think he's not the best quarterback in the draft, but he's in the best situation. As for Trevor Lawrence, he's the best quarterback in the draft, in my opinion. However, I look at a guy like Justin, feel like he could potentially surpass all these guys. But we'll have to see how that goes. I think watch out for Justin Fields. That's how I would put it for the most part. You're cut. Yeah, sorry about that. That's a terrible connection. Still working on that, Mar, because of his completion percentage, but he wasn't throwing screens passes or had talented receivers. Yeah, he didn't have talented receivers in Louisville. Go check his receivers. How many of them actually made the NFL? I'm talking about being drafted. How many of them were drafted? Simple as that. Not to mention, when he was in Louisville, they were not just throwing screens. The biggest part of their offense was the deep ball. He was throwing the ball down the field. That was messing with his percentage. They were throwing bombs all the damn time. So, hey. And when you don't have great receivers, your numbers are going to be harmed. That's just how it is. Trey is going to be better than Lamar. He has the potential to. I'll take Lamar right now, but he has the potential to. We'll see. Trey Lance, he's in a great situation, though. So I don't know about Trey Lance being better than Lamar, but he'll have the opportunity. We'll see. I want Xavier Howard to go to the Browns or Saints. I'll take him to the Saints, please. I don't need Cleveland getting. If you get Xavier Howard to that secondary, that's a nightmare for us. How about we just send him to the Saints and let Brady deal with that? Thank you. I have zero idea why they drafted him because he didn't even play in 2020. It is what it is for that. Do you think the Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl? They have the best chance in the NFC to go to the Super Bowl unless some team steps up and shows me they could beat them, but we'll see. I feel like Fields might be a bust. A lot of people have a feeling that Fields might be a bust. That's why he was dropping and dropping and dropping. But I look at Justin Fields, and it's kind of a Justin Fields is in a similar situation to Lamar. Lamar was able to work out, and I'm hopeful that the same will happen to Fields, but who knows? Like, I look at Justin Fields, and it's like it's a similar situation. He's a dual threat quarterback as well. People question him, his ability to throw in some cases. They have a lot of questions for him to get the job done. And, he was very doubted in the draft. That's why he continued to fall and fall. And all these other quarterbacks were getting drafted over him. However, a team definitely was willing to take a chance on him. The Bears, unfortunately, wanted Washington to get him, but it didn't happen. When I saw Justin Fields falling, I was like, Washington, if he falls to you, take him. But the Bears took a chance, and they picked him. So, a lot of people have a lot of questions involving Justin Fields. They don't believe in him. They think there's a lot of question marks about him, and he could very well be a bust. Who knows? I feel like it's a Lamar situation. Lamar was able to work out, so I'm hopeful that Justin Fields will also be able to work out. Oh, tough throw. You're not going to get that going. Cowboys ain't doing nothing. In my opinion, I think Justin Fields is the best quarterback, to be honest, especially after he dominated Clemson. You can make an argument. I've seen a lot of arguments about people saying that Justin Fields is the best quarterback. I've seen arguments saying that he's going to be a bust. I've seen it go all over the place. Kellen Mond might turn out to be the best in this draft. Who knows? I have no idea how this draft's going to go. I think Mac Jones is going to be a bust. I don't know about that. You know what? You make an argument for that. All these quarterbacks in this draft is not going to work. One of them will be a bust at least. Probably two. So take your picks. You look at Mac Jones. You look at Trey Lance. You look at Justin Fields. You look at Trevor Lawrence. You look at these guys. One of them is going to be guaranteed to be a bust. Two of them might be a bust. So take your pick. But, oh, yeah, Zach as well. I didn't say Zach. Yeah. So take your pick. One of these guys is guaranteed to be a bust. We don't know who. And don't forget Kyle Trask. I'm telling you, one of these guys is guaranteed to be a bust. Two of them, maybe. But one of them definitely is going to be a bust. However, in my opinion, I hope the best for all these young quarterbacks. I want all these young quarterbacks to be successful because that means they'll have the best draft. If all these quarterbacks coming out are successful, they'll be looked at as one of the best drafts ever. Like I look at the 2018 draft, we've got three guys right now. Lamar, he's already won an MVP. He's one of the best young quarterbacks in the league, and he continues to compete for a championship. Josh Allen had his breakout season last year. He had an MVP type he had the MVP type campaign last year and could have won if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers. And now he's one of the best young quarterbacks in the league. And Baker Mayfield, despite people having a lot of criticism for him, he had a bounce back year and helped Cleveland into the playoffs for the first time in over a decade. And they won their first playoff game since 2002? So those three are working out. Sam Darnold didn't work out for the Jets. Let's see if he's going to work out in Carolina. We'll see how that goes for the most part. But the question is still out about Sam Darnold. As for Josh Rosen, he was a bust. So you know how it is. I'd say Trey Lance and Zach Wilson. So that's Lance and Wilson are your picks for bus. All right, we'll see how that works out. Trey because of poor performance and Zach because he got drafted by the Jets. Yeah, usually when you go to New York, it don't work out for you, especially when it comes to the Jets. If you went to the Giants, he would have been fine, but the Jets, nah. Since he took the Heisman from the boy Deshaun. It is what it is. He took the Heisman from Deshaun Watson. It is what it is. He had an election. That's just how it goes, man. You know how it is for the Heisman Trophy. So it is what it is. Lawrence has a negative 10 chance of being a bust. He's not going to be a bust, man. He's already looking like that talent. There's no way if Trevor Lawrence ends up becoming a bust, that would be the biggest. That'd be the big shock to me. I wouldn't have seen that coming. I think Wilson might end up like Josh Allen. Interesting comparison there. I don't think that would be the comparison I would pick when it comes to Wilson. Interesting comparison, though, but I wouldn't say Josh Allen per se. Though I feel like he could definitely be somebody impactful. But a Josh Allen type player, no. Lawrence is like Minshew, but instead of facial hair, it's on his head. He just has that level of shit. He's just suave. He's got that level of suave. He's just cool, man. Like he's chill, he's cool. Everybody loves Minshew, and everybody loves Trevor Lawrence. If Lawrence does do bad, then it'll be more on the Jags than him. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a similar rookie campaign to what Joe Burrow had last year when Burrow was healthy, before he got injured. Do you think Trevor Lawrence will be better than Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow? That one I cannot answer right now. I cannot answer. I'm not going to give you a yes or no right now. I need to see this man's rookie campaign because right now, Joe Burrow showed me a lot during his rookie season. However, I'm still concerned for his future because that's offensive line. It's not great in Cincinnati, and they did not really do much to improve it. They did something, but they didn't do enough to prove it. So I'm very scared for this man's future. However, it is what it is. You just deal with the situation, how it goes. As for Justin Herbert, I don't know about that. Herbert, this guy is legit. If the Chargers can ever get a kicker and they stop choking games, oh my goodness. Let me tell you, Patrick Mahomes is going to have some competition with Justin Herbert. I have a lot. I really, really like Herbert. And a lot of faith in that guy. I'm a Steelers fan. I'm not comfortable with anything but the defense. True. Can't wait for Lawrence Burrow game. That should be fun. Joe Burrow is going to get murdered by every passer. This is a concern. Look, he's got to go up against Baltimore's defense. He has to go up against Pittsburgh's defense. He has to go up against Cleveland's defense. And a muff punt. Nobody on the Cowboys, none of these young guys are ready to play today. They don't care. Jesus, criminy Christmas. What is wrong with you guys? Look at Mike McCarthy walking around. Did you guys even prepare to play today? Were you ready to play? Oh, my God. But yeah, Burrow has to deal with that pass rush in the AFC North between all three of those guys. He got to deal with all three of those great defenses. I wish him the best of luck with that offensive line. Best of luck to him. I hope he can stay healthy, but I'm worried for him. Burrow will be injured by the end of the year. I hope he doesn't, but it's possible if he doesn't get the protection he needs. It could very well happen, but I don't like the offensive line. I do not like the offensive line in Cincinnati. It is a concern. It's nice they got him a weapon, but it's a concern. All right, what you going to do? Haskins trying to do something. Oh, wow. Nothing there. Wait, that's not even Haskins. I mean, that's Dobbs. Wait a minute. He can play with Burrow for the 6 games. Burrow isn't torn in half. See, I love how I've just completely not been paying attention to this game because nobody cares about this game. Dobbs is the one with the touchdown, not even Haskins. But it doesn't even matter. What's the score? It is 16-3. The Steelers have the ball right now. And yeah, because the Cowboys just muffed the Steelers had the ball. They're up 16-3. There's about 5 minutes left in the game. They're at the 26-yard line. But at the end of the day, nobody cares about this game. Raiders are going to do what they do every season. I was like, yeah, I don't look at the Raiders as a team. I told Raiders fans, you're not going to have a lot of success with John Gruden being your head coach. I said when John Gruden first got the head coaching job, I said for the first 5 seasons, you're not making the playoffs. And I stood by that. And pretty much, I've been proven right. Actually, not the first 5 years. I said the first 4 years. And I got proven right. So, yeah, I never look at the Raiders as a team that's going to be able to compete for a championship. As long as John Gruden's your head coach, that's not happening. Sorry about that, guys. But that's just how it is. Dobbs fires. He gets the first down. Dobbs is doing well here. Oi, the Cowboys look like a wreck team. Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know. Did they come to play? I mean, you practiced this week. Did you come to play? You would think the young guys would be doing something. Like, good God, did they come to do anything today? Dobbs has been nice today. He's got the touchdown pass. My mistake. I haven't been paying attention. He's got the touchdown pass as opposed to Haskins. Haskins was okay, but Dobbs has been the one that's actually been doing something today. Yeah, Cowboys just looking nasty. They're just looking nasty for the most part. They're just looking nasty. But yeah, I told Raiders fans, man. I told Raiders fans, with John Gruden as your coach, ain't nothing really gonna happen there. I told y'all not making the playoffs. Y'all made a mistake getting them. But hey, I wish y'all the best luck. I appreciate that, Devin. Same to you and your squad. Another run, and he gets the first down. At this point, just run the clock and let's get out of here. We're just glad to see football again. This game was terrible. The Cowboys showed me nothing. If I'm Jerry Jones, I don't like what I saw today because none of the young guys on our squad showed me anything. And you got to cut the roster down. Nobody showed me that they wanted anything. Mistakes left and right. No one can get anything consistent on offense. Drop passes. You showed me nothing. You showed me nothing this first week. So get back in practice and see what these young guys can do. None of the young guys showed us anything today. Nothing. Nothing showed me anything. I'm so hopeful for the Broncos this year. Hopefully we show out. We'll see, You got, on one hand, you've got Teddy Bridgewater there. You'll see how that goes. It is what it is there at the end of the day. You got Bridgewater probably going to be the guy for the most part. Again, the Broncos have the team. The Broncos have the team. It's just about the quarterback position. Who is going to be able to be that quarterback for them? That's just how it is. Who's going to be that quarterback for the Broncos? Do you trust in Teddy Bridgewater being that guy? And again, I don't even know. It doesn't necessarily have to be him. It could be him or it can be Drew Lock. So do you trust in your quarterbacks if you're a Broncos fan? Do you think they can help you really compete in the AFC West? You think the Steelers make the playoffs? I believe the Steelers are going to make the playoffs. I think I see them making the playoffs because of their defense. You know you're trash when your kicker makes more points than your offense. Oh, trust me, I know. I still vaguely remember how bad my offense was. I still vaguely remember. Cowboys' offense was trash here today. I remember. In fact, my offense went to Buffalo to put up 3 points. Ultimate depression. But that was last year. Ain't nobody dealing with that. We got Rashad Bateman now. We got Sammy Watkins. We're cool. We got Keith Williams and T. Martin in to fix this pass game. I'm chilling. I ain't got to worry about this year's pass game, hopefully. How many videos did I have to make about the offense and the team crumbling? Oh, my God. Last year was a mess. Hopefully, I don't have to make those type of videos this year because nobody wants to talk about how their team's on life support because they're on the verge of just collapsing. Broncos is another team that if they get a good quarterback, they will be a Super Bowl contender, and Mahomes will have to compete in the AFC West. Oh, definitely. Trust me, the Chargers are on the rise. And if the Broncos can ever get a quarterback, that's another team they got to deal with. So, yeah. Oh, God, what are you talking about, Mike McCarthy? Is this amount of days until the Super Bowl? Bro, you're not going to be in the Super Bowl. You're not going to be in the Super Bowl. I appreciate you speaking to you guys. Cowboys, I'll say it right here, right now. Cowboys are not going to be in the Super Bowl. Okay? If the Cowboys make a Super Bowl, I will personally buy a Dak Prescott jersey. I will wear it on a live stream, and I will cheer Go Cowboys throughout the entire live stream. I'm right. The Cowboys are not making the Super Bowl. If they do, I'll buy that jersey, but it's not happening. Don't give me this whole, there's 200 this many days until you're going to the Super Bowl, though. You're not going to the Super Bowl. That's just how it's going to be. I think Najee will help us a lot. He will help with the running game, but that pass protection can't help you with that. If the Raiders get a defense, then they'll be a contender. If the Raiders get a defense, they'll be a playoff team. I'll give you that for the most part. All right, Dawes, what can you do for me? Nobody's there. Incomplete. I wish I can clip. Oh, I mean, you can try. I'm going to say right here, I'll speak for it right now. Clearly, if the Dallas Cowboys make the Super Bowl this year, I will buy a Dak Prescott jersey. I will wear it to my live stream, and I will be chanting, Go Cowboys, throughout the entire time. That is how confident I am that the Cowboys will not make the playoffs. I'm not the playoffs. The Cowboys will not make the Super Bowl. They'll make the playoffs. I think they'll make the playoffs this year because they're probably going to win the division. But I don't think they're making the Super Bowl. I'm that confident they're not making the Super Bowl. Do you think if CeeDee Lamb fell to the Ravens last year, your offense would be unstoppable? Not unstoppable. It would have been better, but it wouldn't be unstoppable. There's no such thing as an unstoppable offense. And if the Cowboys win, then you have to be a Cowboys fan for a week. Oh, God, that'd be disgusting. You know, if we ever get to that point where the Cowboys are in the Super Bowl, I'll come up with something that I'll do if they win. Now they're going to run this hurry-up offense as if anybody cares. Please, we're ready to go home. It's like nobody cares, bro. This Cowboys team today did not show you anything. Wait, what? Bro, they didn't sign Todd Gurley. We heard about them talking about signing Todd Gurley. The Ravens did not sign Todd Gurley. Being a Houston fan is the worst right now. Yeah, there's no hope for Texans fans. You don't even think we probably are not going to see Deshaun Watson on the field this season. So like, there's no hope for Texan fans. At this point, you're just sitting here like, I'm just here to enjoy football being watched. I know my team's not going to do anything today or do anything this season. Oh, that was a tough throw by Ben DiNucci. He kind of just sidearmed that. That was a nice throw. He put it out there, gave his receiver a chance. Good throw by him. But at least we have a washed Mark Ingram. Hey, cool. Hey, he's going to be entertaining for you guys. So Mark Ingram's going to definitely bring the energy. So appreciate what Mark Ingram brings to the table. He's going to bring the energy. He's going to do his best. Just appreciate him. Mark Ingram's going to be fun. He's going to make it positive for you guys. But in terms of winning, I don't see it. Who knows? Maybe something magical will happen with the Texans this year. Just hope for the best. Yeah, I already knew about I knew the Ravens almost signed T.Y. Hilton. They almost signed T.Y. Hilton, but he decided to go back to the Colts, so we decided to get Sammy Watkins. And that's kind of just how that worked out. Texans may go winless this season. Very possible. Very, very possible. Oh, Chisel Adonis makes a video. Video on what? This game? Probably will. I mean, I know he's live streaming right now. I know, yeah, Adonis is definitely, he's live streaming the game right now. So I don't know if he's going to make a video recapping the Hall of Fame game. Potentially. I don't know. If he does, I'll be watching because he's awesome. If the Cowboys had Washington's defense with that offense, they could be the second team behind Tampa to beat in the Super Bowl. They could be. But with the Cowboys, even when they have the talent, they somehow find a way to disappoint. I remember a lot of years with Tony Romo where they had the talent to be in the Super Bowl and they just came up short. Dang. DiNucci took a shot right there. Got hit from behind. Y'all can't even do the simplest thing such as, oh my God. What? There's nothing you can take away from this. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. McCarthy and that crew is going to go watch the film after this, and they're going to look and see there's nothing positive to take away from this. You're not getting the first. Oh, he got the first down. You know what, Ben DiNucci, good run. That's it. The only one that showed anything today for the Cowboys is Ben DiNucci. That's it. That's all you need to worry about. Ben DiNucci is the only one that showed me something today from the Cowboys. That man picked up a first down by running for it on 3rd and 19. Which after this, man, we cut. We're done after this. This was fun to talk about. Just seeing live sports again. You might as well go for a Hail Mary here. See if you can get something. Let's have some fun here. It's the Hall of Fame game. He couldn't even get the Hail Mary going. And that's the game. The first bit of football we see for this NFL season comes with the Steelers getting a 16-3 victory. This game was nasty. It was disgusting. But at the end of the day, it's over. The Steelers showed me something in the second half. The Cowboys showed me nothing the entire game. This is nasty. The Browns should win 13 games. They got the best running back duo, O-line, and top 5 receiver duo. They should win a lot. Honestly, you look at the Browns, talent-wise, they probably should win the division. But we'll see what happens. It is what it is. Anyway, man, this has been fun. As we slowly prepare for the regular season, hopefully everything in this room will be fixed. Like I've explained, I'm just spitballing it with this right now. Excuse me. I'm just spitballing this just with this whole room. I'm spitballing it with this room right now. Not everything's set up. Even the connection's not fully set up. We're kind of just doing what we're doing right now. And since it's the preseason, it gives me a time to talk to you guys. But hopefully by the regular season, everything's set up. The room's completely done, and we'll just be ready to go. But yeah, it was fun. First bit of football we get to see for the 2021 NFL season. Unfortunately, it was the Cowboys and the Steelers, but it is what it is. That being said, I am going to cut the video here because, good Lord, I got work to do. I got other things to do for the rest of this. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Football is back. Football's back. The next time you guys will see me here, it will be for the Ravens' first preseason game. And at that point, we're in go mode, and I can't wait to see what our young guys have to do. I can't wait to see these young guys go out there and try to make an impact, make some plays, and I'll be looking for some things. So, yeah, football will be back in September, preseason. We know how it's going to be next week. Can't wait to see how it goes. But with that being said, thanks for stopping by, man. I'm out. I got other things to do. Peace. Bye, everybody.